full of them.
Travis, you're a little quiet.
How about now?
Better.
Is it better?
I hear it in my soul.
Well, now you're louder, but it sounds like you're sort of making out with the mic. So it's sexy. I'm down for it.
You were actually a clairvoyant because that's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, I could tell because your words were very deep and breathy and mostly air. Like they were just, oh, hey, I'm just here to talk to everybody.
It's better when Travis does it. Travis, can
He's real good at the ASMR thing.
No, but you can go to my OnlyFans that I've never made.
So I only subscribe to Only Dan's.
Only Dance.
Dan's? Fuck, I'm in the wrong market.
It's only mostly Steely Dan's.
It's only it's only Steely Dan's and hand pans and trash cans.
Well, it sounds like you've already seen the channel.
Oh, good stream, guys. I'm gonna head out.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
GBUs, this was a good time.
Gaboo.
I'm glad that we went so long tonight. Just the depth of character development we had was just amazing.
I would say a bit too much.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed that my character died, but you know what? I can live with it.
I'm actually happy he did.
Yeah. I know you are. You killed him.
Okay. I'm going to end the stream now just so that everybody's happy and Ringer is dead. I think that's fair to all of us, but most especially to me.
So. Yeah. You know, chase your bliss.
Fair. You know.
Our viewer count is going through the roof. Look at
that. They're like, Ringer's dead. Get the fuck in here.
So guys,
it's not that people are happy about it, but they're definitely not mad.
Make sure you come back next week to watch Mike play his new character, Bringer.
No. Literally lost 2 people. You saying that out loud.
And they all just left. Fuck. Thanks, Noah.
Yeah, well done.
See what you did?
You know,
Mike playing a game.
I would
again?
never play the
would
same
just
character
cover him.
twice.
Fuck.
I got some hits back.
Oh, hey, it's back.
That's weird.
Oh, it goes away when Mike talks. Weird.
Mike's-
I don't think it's me.
It's gone now.
It could be, my guess is somebody has adaptive sensitivity going. And so when nobody's talking, it's like, but maybe you guys are, and it's picking up ambient noise. So it's ramming the sensitivity way high. And that's where that noise is coming from.
Where would you check that?
Yeah.
So everybody go to user settings, go to voice and video, and there's one that's in input sensitivity, automatically determine input sensitivity.
Hey, guess what I have on?
I think just about everybody has that, so it's not.
No, I have adaptive. I've got that turned off.
I'll just turn mine all the way up. How's that?
I had mine turned on because I'm real quiet.
You know what?
So maybe that'll help that out.
I'll turn mine off, and I'll just hope for the best.
I now have it turned off.
I'm gonna have to fuck with this because I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a fine-tuning process at that point.
Yeah.
You just gotta like.
It's no spoilers. I will spoil nothing about this. Just I don't know why, but I just remember. If anyone's watching WandaVision, I was mistaken when I said, "Oh, there's only like 6 episodes." No, they're going to 9 episodes. So I was mistaken. That is it. That is my interruption. I apologize.
Thank you for clarifying.
We appreciate this correction.
That's it.
But Ringer's still dead.
Yeah, no, that is
just the market correcting itself.
The system works.
As it should be.
All right,
kill
so I
Ringer,
believe
Thanos
everybody
had to
is
snap
connected
twice.
and in the game. If we look at the little things down here.
Get me
So
and the horse I rode in on.
I guess. I don't fucking know.
in last week's game, we left out of Charon. We left out of Charon and left Gever behind there.
Oh my god,
Hey, people that are not doing the recap, shut up. We left out of Charon. We left Gever there.
Reminds me of,
We got on the road.
Last night as well. Will we ever find Eric the Viking? Tune in to right now.
To just this instant, in this moment.
All right, I'll solve this super easy. Everybody's muted that ain't me.
There was some good stuff last night.
So last week, we got on the road out of Charon. Gever left the team. Got on the road, and on the road, Exile and Delian made a plan to steal the gem out of the petrified Gredek's chest. Then when we got to the town of Exile, Delian and Exile managed to pull off the theft, got grilled for it a little bit afterwards, and then as everybody was like, well, that's about all we can do, we're going to go to bed, we had Lumio use a suggestion spell on Exile to get the to get the information that Exile didn't actually steal it. He was just there to serve as a distraction. Then Exile got mad that he was magically compelled to give out the truth, and he stomped away while Lumio went inside. So there, everybody's unmuted now,
So,
assholes.
How's everyone's week been as we wait? For...
So
Whatever
now
it is
we're
we're
going
waiting
to
for.
go ahead and
Exhausting.
start up from that point.
Oh,
I've been okay.
my the fire inspection happened. We
Oh, no,
passed,
I've lost
so
audio
no more
on, like,
fire
everybody.
watch.
Hold on. I only heard Mike. I didn't hear anyone else.
Oh no, only Mike.
The ruse worked. We got him.
we
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
that would be a very funny prank. No one else is talking except for Mike. Ah, yes. The ritual is finally complete.
What a cunning ruse. Silence.
What we gotta do, man. But I don't have Firewatch and I don't have the pager, so that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really ideal.
Yeah, I've
On Eric, by the way, you're considered streaming Pathfinder Kingmaker, which you are not playing at.
Disappointing all of his fans.
maybe
ti-
that's
the
why they
title
left.
is
Oh
correct.
hell yeah, Kingmaker. Oh,
Oh, it's just those fucks in Eberron.
I don't. Eberron.
Yeah.
I only have the finest refinement of second-hand D&D.
I came here to watch someone fumble through menus while they set up their kingdom.
That's fair.
I've specifically not watched John Eric play that because I wanted to play the game so bad, and I don't want to like ruin my experience of it, but I really want to support him. So
It's
I don't know how
probably-
to.
It really is probably better that you don't watch it. Like there's parts that like you'll go through once and you'll never want to go through again, and it's
Yeah, it's exactly kind of my thought. So
Yeah.
when I see it, he goes live, almost like it was like 3 times this week, and I was like, God, I want to help out and like just chat and shit, but I don't want to see a single thing of this game.
Yeah. Kingmaker is a lot of fun. I don't have the heart to start it until I see a couple more patches.
I mean, it's probably not going to get
Well,
any
as
more
a patch
patches,
before they
considering that
release
they're
the
about to
second
put out
game.
the next game.
And then I'll go back to it because I think I've mentioned it multiple times now, but right at the end, game breaking bug, could not progress, no save I had from the past.
wow.
Hello?
Wow. That's
Hello?
Because it's an early game trigger that causes it.
Ugh.
And it locked.
Did
Yeah,
did we break John Eric's audio?
I guess so.
Check.
we've killed John.
Can you hear me
Eric.
now?
Yeah,
There
we
he
heard
is.
you.
There we go.
No. His ruse was successful. See, it was.
No, it
silent.
was. Yeah, he
Long.
got us. We're the idiot.
He's been trying to start game for the past 5 minutes.
I completely have. I mean,
Yeah.
to the point where I already gave the recap, and apparently Discord was just like, "Yeah, we're just not going to pick up your voice anymore."
So we were just
Yeah.
chatting over, and you're like, "Guys, please."
The entire
leave
fucking
it."
time, to the point where I thought you were doing it on purpose, so I just purposely muted all of you.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good.
Apples.
Well, like, I know my mic was picking me up, but you guys just kept talking over it, and so I was just like, guys, I'm trying to do the recap, and like literally as I said it, Travis was like, "So in Firewatch," and like, and I was like, "Okay, if that's what it's gonna be, I'll just mute everybody. I'll give the recap," and then I unmuted, and you guys kept talking, and I was like, "All right, now I'm getting a little bit annoyed." Because
Yeah,
of
it was
course,
really weird,
whenever
'cause we
anything doesn't
prompted
work,
several times.
don't assume it's the technology. Your first step should be to jump to anger.
Hey, hold on a
Yeah,
second. Wait a minute. We just talked about this at the place I currently work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just jump straight to being mad.
How
Yeah.
topical.
Just immediately, it's your fault.
It was your fault.
So now that you know that we were doing that on purpose, you want to give the recap again?
You fucking cunts. All right. Ugh. So last week,
Simple things.
after a night in the inn, the team leaves the town of Charon. Gever leaves the team. Lumio and Dandarin sense there's something a little bit off with Gever, but they're unable to convince him to stay, and then they drop it, and he stays. They get on the road, and while they're on the road, at one point, Exile of Garenfurt and Delian begin talking, and Delian says that he's here to steal the rock, and Exile offers to help, and Delian accepts, and then he says, well, our Exile of Garenfurt says, I'm getting off in the town of Exile, so if we're going to do it with my help, we got to do it tonight. And Delian said, okay. So they get to the town of Exile, and to the inn called the High Hawk, and in the town of Exile and in the High Hawk, they decide that they're going to spend basically Delian goes through his guard shift like normal, but then when Exile's guard shift comes up, that's when Delian decides to steal the stone, and he manages to make it in. He rings the bells a little bit that Zorak set up, but then manages to steal the stones and get away, or the stone and get away. After this, they notice that there's an issue. Some of the traps have been disabled, and so everybody gets together and they start getting like questioned who could do this. And once everybody starts going to bed, Lumio uses suggestion, which is one of his charms, on Exile of Garenfurt, and Exile of Garenfurt says, well, it wasn't me that stole it. I was just the distraction. And then realizing that he's basically been mind controlled, and that sucks, Exile decides that he's going to leave. And so he just walks away, and Lumio goes inside, presumably to speak with Delian. So that's sort of where we left off. So I will activate our scene at the High Hawk, and we can start from there. At the moment, just so that I'm sure that I got this right, I believe it is Dandarin, Ringer, and Bowing outside, and everybody else has gone basically inside and back to their beds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's
About
right,
right.
for me.
Okay, cool. I know that Ringer and Dandarin wanted to talk a little bit, so we'll get to them in just a second. And then Lumio, you headed inside to ask a couple questions. Andy?
You got us again.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Okay. We'll start with Ringer and Dandarin then.
Oh no.
Andy just dropped, so maybe it's a I can't hear anybody problem, or nobody can hear me.
I think it's a nobody.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
I
So
can't hear him.
make sure if you have your like sensitivity, he's gone.
If you turned
Maybe-
off the automatically determine input sensitivity, you need to make sure that you're setting your input sensitivity at like, I don't know, like minus 60 decibels or so.
Yeah, to the point where you can
Yeah.
actually see the bar peeking over it.
Yeah.
Mine's like at a minus 65
Yeah.
pickup.
Yeah, like occasionally it goes over the bar a little bit, which is what it should usually do when you're talking. You want it to go,
Yeah.
past it a bit.
You don't want to hear anything but when you talk.
Like so.
Hey, Andy. Are you checking your decibels in the bar? If you did the automatic stuff, make sure it's just peeking over that little thing. If you did do that, and I'm just telling you information you already know, my bad. If you didn't, come on, man.
If he did do that, just say something. We'll hear it.
Yeah, we will. Just let us know.
Oh, we barely heard you. Hello? Talk again? This is great. People are tuning in to see tech support happen.
Wonderful content. Just
This is the stuff I come here for.
stunning role playing.
Oh,
Oh,
kind
that
of
was
heard you
something.
that time.
Sounded like stomach block, but I know that's not what.
It sounds
Check-
like he's
checking.
across the room.
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going through a tunnel?
Damn it.
We heard that.
We
Damn
can
it.
hear that.
Why? I didn't change anything that time. Fuck this thing. I hate Discord.
Wonderful.
meantime-
The ruse has worked.
In the meantime, we'll laugh at your misfortune.
So much misfortune. God damn it. Discord needs to, like, I don't know what it does. It needs to stop doing what it does that it is irritating. So yeah, I wanted to talk to Zeract, but considering things and just accusing someone out of nowhere is not Zeract's strong point.
Oh no, accusing someone out of nowhere is their strong point. Being right all the time
sorry.
definitely is not.
They excel at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the thing. I'm gonna take a stock of the situation and go see DeLeon instead.
Okay.
Much like you were suggesting.
So yeah, you head on up to Deleon's room, knock on the door, and Deleon,
Kick
there's
out
somebody
the
knocking
wedge.
on the door.
Yep. Kick out the wedge and kick out the other wedge, and then open them. Yeah.
Good evening. Apologizing for not allowing you to return to sleep. I have if you have a moment to talk, I have an interesting proposition.
Okay. I don't. All right, come on in.
Thank you. So, as you are aware from the general tone of the meeting that happened in the courtyard just moments ago, edges have been trampled upon that maybe should not have. And
No.
yes, well, what I have found out through my investigation is that Exile was 100% in on it, and yet was not the guilty party. And that provides a very interesting connotation. You see, we know that the person who stole the gem that was more or less keeping Gruddock's brother alive belonged to, or was stolen by a somewhat masterful thief. The ability to disarm the trap that had been laid was considered through our investigations to be quite difficult to do when so near to the watchers that we had set up.
Yeah.
One would think that the skill of that person would be high enough that they would have to have been planning this for some time, or at least been aware of the situation and possible recourse that would come from it. Now, I don't know exactly who it would have been. This town, Exile, I've been told, is full of many such people who could accomplish such a task.
Yeah, it is. You've heard right.
Yes, but to have contacted Exile would have required meeting him, and to have planned it out since he has not been here for many, many months would mean that he would need to have been contacted prior, and in the distance that would have happened since we left New Seer, since there was no cargo for him to know about prior to that situation. And so it whittles down the number of people possible to know what happened to a very select group. You see how that could be logically inferred from the situation?
Maybe. Like, I also think that. Have you been keeping tabs on Exile the whole time?
Indeed, I have not. Intentionally so. He appeared to be a person who would avoid such scrutiny.
Yeah, I've been trying to get close to him, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of him really either. He just puts dirt in my tea. And
Indeed.
so it could be that he found somebody else to do the dirty work in any of these times. Maybe sent a message on beforehand. Who knows? Like I can only assume.
Indeed. To somewhat change the subject, we are going to Starilaskur to potentially see about healing the brother. And
Oh, that's wonderful.
during that process, we would hopefully remove the offending gem from his chest. We have no idea what it's causing as far as situation now, only that Sharut believes that the crystal is in some way attached to him.
Did you just breathe through your nose?
I don't have one of those. There's no way that happened.
Okay, yeah, I just thought I heard something like that, so I was really confused. Okay, carry on.
It might be someone waiting with apprehension outside of the door, which I would avoid.
Yeah,
at
could
all
you check the door real fast?
There doesn't seem to be anyone out here. Just in case, I will put
That's good.
the wedge you have here.
Yeah, please. And the second
yeah.
and the third one. Here's the third.
I didn't realize you had a third.
He's just
That
been
must
making
have
wedges
been-
all night.
You could never be too careful.
Can't be too careful.
This is Exile.
This is Exile. One under the window too.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I have been somewhat tasked through contact with Count Orgev to put together a small team, very much in the preliminary phases at the moment, and really at my own discretion, because the opportunity has not presented itself for it to be made known. But to enter the Mournlands and procure something of great value, the expedition would need someone of the kind of skills that were recently employed in the theft of that crystal. But employing that kind of person, if they were the person who had stolen the crystal, would be very, would you not think? Especially when it is, at the moment, apparent that Dandarin would be a member of the party.
Yeah, I think employing a person who stole a rock and then from a dwarf who's now like screaming at whoever saying, if I find you, I'll kill you, that might not be the best. It's you're basically wasting money. Well, I guess not. When they die, you could just take them.
That would be unbearably reasonable to one such as myself. If there was another way that this situation might be resolved, I would potentially like to acquire that person's services, if it was at all possible. But at the moment, I don't see any way with the stone missing for that to happen. It is regrettable. But I also need to speak with Zarak before this evening is out. And I'm afraid that certain accusations may come to you very quickly. And for my part, I don't know the accuracy of those accusations at this. I have conjecture, but not certainty.
Okay. And you're telling me this because...
Given the shortness of our contact and the brevity of most of our interaction, you are one of the people in this party that I find most attractive.
Thank you.
Longer. Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, well, it's the way you dye your hair in a natural color.
This is my actual hair, but I get it. Anyways, carry on. Compliment me more.
That's not possible. I've studied physiology. Never mind. Carrying on. Anyway, I find that you would be suitable to continue partnering with, provided you were interested after reaching Starilaskur. But I understand that you may be parting your ways, and I would like to not do so on what may potentially be a negative.
Well, I'm like always in need of money. You know, it's kind of, puts food on the table, as they say. And you seem like a very fine, complimenting sort, and so, yeah, I'd be okay with that. Let me try to put this in eloquent terms. I would like to continue journeying with you. That wasn't eloquent. Oh well, you get it.
But it was direct, and I accept directness. Warforgers are notorious for their understanding.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look, I learn something every day.
It is good to do so. Well, I will build you. How are there more wedges under this door? I was going to say.
There are some questions you probably should just not ask.
Yeah, I would like to leave the room now. Through the door, if possible.
Here, let me get these for you.
Thank you.
And I'll remove the 6 wedges from the door.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I have 6 wedges in my hand that I'm supposed to?
It's for the other side of the door.
It's for it's for the other side of the door, and feel free to pass them around. I did mention that people needed wedges, and I don't think anybody.
I don't believe anyone did. All right.
Well, there you go.
Have a wonderful evening, and I hope
try.
that I don't have to disturb your slumber again tonight.
Oh, well, we'll find out, I guess. Just remember, there's wedges.
Wedges. And I'll leave the room.
Okay. So you leave the room. Dandarin and Ringer, you're down by the wagon, doing down by the wagon things. And what would you like to do?
Well, as Dandarin sits there filing a metal wedge,
That hurt. Thanks, bud. I took a sip, and that was a bad time to do that.
I'm sorry, Ringer. I didn't overhear what Lumio was saying to Exile before Exile of Gerenfred left. Did you happen to catch it?
Lumio was here?
They were right there. They were over here by the corner.
Sorry, I get real distracted sometimes. But
right over there.
Can anything be done about Guddick? Can he be fixed? I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the right word. I'm real clumsy with this.
I don't know if he can be healed or if repairing the hole in his chest right now would be beneficial or if it would leave a giant stone rod in his chest when he's returned to flesh. I don't have enough experience. The ghost follows me.
Woo!
I need more experience with magics. Because right now, I don't know what to do. I appreciate you sitting out here with me, Ringer, but I'm in a fell mood. And you know what they say about dwarves in a fell mood?
I don't. I have no idea what that means.
Well, say a few things. If a dwarf's in a fey mood, they're likely to make something esoteric and strange. But fell mood dwarves, well, you're as like to find a skin-covered tome wrapped somewhere.
Are you bringing Dwarf Fortress into my game, you ass?
Are you trying to say you want to turn me into a book?
Hey, you said no 40. You said no Warhammer. This ain't Warhammer.
Oh,
my
God.
The fact that he didn't even try to hide it. He's like, yes, I am.
Hide.
Everybody that's not Eric, add 3 gold pieces to your sheet.
All right. 3 things I don't need.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
I always need money.
John made Mike happy. Everyone should get a gold. And he'll put the wedge he's been filing away. So, Ringer, I could use something to take my mind off of things, lest my mood darkens. It wouldn't be right and fair to the rest of you that I've been traveling with.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of experience with, like, making things actually better, but forgetting things. Have you ever played hoop ball?
No, how do you play?
Well, first, we get some drinks, and then we grab this metal hoop right here, we stick it in a thing, and every time we miss getting that ball in the hoop, we take a drink.
I'm not opposed, but
I can call Zena down. She knows it way better than I do.
maybe I'm more concerned given what's happened about someone robbing us while we're sleeping. You might not have too much to take on you, but I have a few things that have importance to me.
I don't
But another
really know
night's
how to
another
take
town.
that, but okay.
Well, I've just noticed you don't really wear much in the way of armor, and you don't use weapons. You just grab what's around you and use that as best you can. You know, I could make something for you if you like.
What?
Could make it concealable. I could make a lot of relatively invaluable things, but good quality. It'd be better than those pens you carry, I guarantee that.
Yeah, but you've never heard a story about a person who's like, well, then he killed him with a pen, and thought, wow, that guy, he just sucks. He just really needs to get a weapon. You think, wow, I don't want to ever fight that guy, because he kills people with fucking pens.
Well, if you're doing it to send a message rather than be effective, I suppose that's one thing. And you do well enough, I suppose, without a weapon.
If we're talking about who's being effective with this, I've done pretty damn well with these.
Still, it just seems a waste of perfectly good pens.
I mean, if you just want to keep making me pens, I guess you could do that.
I could. I'd rather make something proper, but I mean, I suppose if you pay me for making pens. Oh, someone's at the door. Hold on. Real life has interrupted me. Oh no.
Dragon has doors. It's so strange.
At around that time,
A moment.
Forsidna will come down, and she'll speak with Boween for a little bit, and then Boween points out the two of you and says a few quiet things to Forsidna. Forsidna nods, and then Boween leaves.
Changing the guard? Or are you also here for hoop ball?
We do not play games while we are on guard duty. It prevents you from actively watching for threats. But if you wish to play when we have stopped for a break or for lunch, I would be interested.
Okay, I'll let Zena know, because, frankly, I don't know the rules that well.
Well,
Apparently, it's just good for forgetting.
well,
I mean, the drinking's the good part for that, but we just do that to keep ourselves amused instead of just drinking, like people who are sad.
many who
Ah,
travel
so you
through
don't
Brayland,
Impression, you see.
many who travel through Brayland use it as a drinking game. Though I have heard of leagues or teams being formed for it in Thrain and in Karnath. Though in Thrain there would be less liquor involved, of course.
At the mention of a league and, like, official competition, Ringer leans in, he's like, do they ever get a cape?
I believe they play for a trophy of some sort.
Not for me then.
I'm not hearing a no.
Is it?
I suppose a cape is a trophy if you tie tassels to it and hang it around your neck.
You could
Now,
build
that's
it.
Of course,
Hey,
if you
gotta
do
do a good
this,
feed.
you are
Well-
something of an idiot.
No, he's not wrong.
Mandarin,
You can.
I think I know what I need you to make for.
A trophy
It's gonna be
cape.
expensive.
I need you to make me the Stanley Cup, only wearable. What the fuck?
I can
No,
do
like
this.
a hoop ball set.
I can do it.
Never heard of
Uh, and I will get to distracting myself by designing a set of gilded hoop. Oh my god, hold on.
A wildly and complicated hoop ball set.
So, for Ringer and Dandrin, can you both give me a perception check?
I'm very distracted by hoop ball.
There's a point when Forsidna's talking to you, and you see her head just kind of like snap to the right, and someone to the north just kind of like moves out of line of sight, and she says, "We are being watched. I believe they think there's something worthwhile in the wagons."
There was.
Bowing described to me a cloaked figure in a wide-brimmed hat, and I just saw someone in a similar state of dress, though farther away than Bowing originally described. This will be a long night.
It's a good thing I need a distraction. And he was sitting distinctly in the wagon, like on the box.
Yeah.
With Gruddock, I will begin actually like I'll pull out my parchment, a quill, and start designing the thing for
Okay.
for Ringer. Even though I don't need to, but if you want, I can give a check for it.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a check for the pre-crafting, I guess. Man, that is a lot of little bitty bonuses. Plus
It all
2 plus
adds up.
3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2
Big
plus 1.
bonuses.
So, yeah, I mean, you don't know if there's any sort of like regulation size or anything, but basically what you know that they need is it's basically a pole with a hoop on it that is perpendicular to whatever the pole is sitting in. And if you saw the one that Zinna and Ringer were using, she has a pretty small one because she mostly uses rocks and not like an actual ball. And they just stab it into things, so it has like a point at the other side, and they'll like stab it into a tree or into the ground or whatever. So yeah, it's just a, like, you've played RimWorld. It's a hoopstone ring. That's all it is. It's a hoopstone ring. It's not basketball. It's a little ring on a stick, and you throw like rocks and balls and stuff through it.
I make the most ornate and fancy and efficient.
Yeah.
one.
And you're like, oh, if I made it diamond sized in a pinch, it could be used as a weapon. And
Yeah, I make it way more effective than it needs to be with
Yeah.
like angled ridges and stuff on the edge. Yeah,
And this side opens cans.
it's a Swiss Army rock ball.
So, Dandrin and Ringer, are the two of you staying up all night? As
I
of
will
now, it's
be
about
staying.
2 in the morning or so.
Yeah. Aside from once I'm done doing the design, I'll then move on to do the my normal maintenance stuff.
Okay, and
Which, if
that
anyone
doesn't
wants something
answer my
different-
question.
Yes, I am staying up the whole
Oh.
time.
Okay, cool.
I'll hang around Dander and just kind of make sure he stays okay.
Sounds good.
Doesn't just like go crazy and bash a guard over the head with a hammer or something.
Okay, and well, Dandrin's inside the wagon. So Ringer, can you give me a perception check again?
Yeah.
Okay. Same sort of thing happens where there's a point where Forsidna sort of walks back and says, "They just walked by again. I believe they are keeping watch on us."
Well, this could be one of two things for us. We may not relish the idea of combat, but it might get Danderin's mind off things if they decide to come in. So maybe relax a little.
They might not be responsible for what happened earlier. They will be the ones that pay if they try something.
You say that, and she looks at you and she goes, "You relish combat? So then you're some sort of
No, but I'm not in
idiot
my
or
right
something?"
mind.
Well, if you know that you're not in your right mind, then get in your right mind.
Got you there.
You ever
It's-
lost a sibling?
Yes.
You ever lose them twice?
Yes. She's from House
My
Deneath.
condolences.
She's from House Deneath. They just get murdered a lot.
Ah,
Like-
alright, fair enough.
They're the bodyguard house.
But that wouldn't necessarily be something that Dandrin would have just known off the top of his head, right?
Everybody knows who House Deneath is.
Oh, then I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
If that's a common knowledge thing,
Yeah,
Rhea
like
probably was gonna go.
this is the people that you hire if you think that you're going to get in a fight. It's also the biggest non-national army, or like the biggest mercenary corps in the world. Because anybody can hire House Deneath. You can hire House Deneath to go up against House Deneath. And
Yes, the best kind of mercenaries.
so yeah, she will when you say that, she looks at you and she goes, loss is hard. Loss is hard to deal with. It changes a person. If you understand that it is changing you in a negative way, it is your duty to make sure that it does not. It is not your duty to go raging around and attempt to kill everyone that looks at you the wrong way. That is what a weak man does.
Oh, I'm not going around killing everyone, am I? But if someone comes up here and wants to start something, well, that's on their head.
You said
not
yourself that you wanted them to come up here and start something so that you could kill them. Do not argue semantics with me. I have seen
mine.
more
Don't
than
argue
you.
semantics with me. I very much said he might not be responsible, but if he comes up here, then he will be the one who pays. I didn't say I want him to do it. Come bring him to me. Don't put words in my mouth. I understand you might be used to these sorts of situations. I am a smith who happens to know how to handle himself. And I understand that I am emotionally distressed. I am letting you, the professional, understand this so that you don't have to question, so that you can be aware of the assets you have on hand, because that is what a professional does as a courtesy. Ringer, on the other hand, I believe is in fine form as normal. Wait, I mean, I'm not happy about Gredick, but
She looks
if
at
a
Ringer,
fight
who's...
happens, I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Fighting's fun.
These are the worst gods. I'd prefer the barbarian. Forsidna will sort of ugh at the both of you in distaste and walk up a little bit more so that she can watch the area where a fight might come from.
All right. Again, Dandrin will do, as I said,
Yeah.
barring something intervening, mainly because I cannot guarantee my child will be quiet for the minute. So
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. And Lumio, did you still want to talk to Zarak real quick, or were you like, oh, I'll do that in the morning? I couldn't tell from the way your conversation with Delian ended.
Yeah, I was going to provide a window for what Lumio assumes Delian would take to either return or get something off his person, maybe frame someone else. Who knows what Delian would do in this situation. Lumio doesn't know Delian well enough, obviously, to predict that. But a little bit of time, 30 minutes, look good. So he waits 30 minutes, then he goes and talks to Zarak.
Okay. And all right, you knock on the door.
Zarak opens it almost immediately. Her bags are packed, and she looks like she's ready to leave. Yes. What can I do for you?
Are you planning to leave the group?
No, I'm changing rooms.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Somebody needs to stay with that murderer to make sure that they don't get away with this.
Murderer?
The gnome.
What evidence do you have to support this claim?
You mean aside from the fact that he's wilted under questioning, the fact that he was in the wagon previously when he shouldn't have been, that the traps that I set up specifically to guard the most precious cargo that we're carrying were tripped?
Those are, Zarak, if you may pardon my doubt, as I am only serving to illuminate your thought process. That doesn't point directly to Delian.
It most certainly does. It most certainly does.
We are in a place that is rife with people of the kind of skills you are speaking of.
And all of them knew what was in the wagon, and all of them would steal the stone that they knew nothing about, and all of them would specifically come after us after we've advertised nothing of our presence or our purpose here. Yes, I can see why we might ignore the previous evidence of someone else being in those wagons. Yes, that does not make any sense.
I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense to eliminate a strong possibility. I'm just suggesting that there are many possible at the moment. Narrowing your view when we're in a place where doing so may be very dangerous is unwise.
And he takes it. Let's assume. Let's follow this through logically. He takes it. And because you're unwilling to narrow your view, he gets away with it. And Dandarin's brother dies.
Indeed. Now, if he did not take, what would our course be then?
Then he gets
Provided
to
we take him and kill him and search his belongings and find no stone.
I think that you've taken my position
Further?
here a little strong.
Indeed,
I'm
I
just
have.
saying that we watch him forever and then he trips up and then we murder him. I'm not saying that we murder him outright.
Yeah.
I felt like that was pretty clear, actually.
Yes. Um,
To be clear, Lumio.
Not by
I
your
want-
hand, but the one in the courtyard currently with a hammer that is oh too willing to use it against his brother's killer.
Lumio, I want you to understand something. Where I come from, banditry of this nature, with the ending with the lives of people that we care about being lost, that's not uncommon. This isn't a new or difficult thing. When a bandit comes and kills your brother and steals your chickens or murders your cows so that they can eat or threatens your wife for gold, you don't say, well, gosh, goodness, if only it were someone else. Perhaps I have judged them a little too harshly. Perhaps it's not as bad a situation. We'll let them go. Surely this situation will not repeat itself. Lumia, that's not what we do. That's not the reaction that gets taken to this. When you find a thief, when you find someone who is willing to kill for profit and for personal gain.
So we have found a thief. We have had a trial. We know for certain that it is in the belongings of Delian.
I'm sorry, did you need a judge to interpret the information for you? Did you need someone? How many?
In the hands of your guards. Have you checked them?
My guards, who, mind you, have already cited Delian for sneaking into the wagon that he has no business in. Those same guards?
Yes. Those same guards who easily have placed the blame on him. Someone new to our party. Someone we don't know very well.
Yes.
Who may or may not have a very valid reason for being in that wagon in the first place.
I see. Did you find that reason?
No, I did not choose to investigate it. I
Why
had no
not?
reason to.
Oh, so you're here to defend him?
No, I am
that's
saying
exactly like what you're doing.
that your gaze is too narrow. You have selected a person and are fitting the crime to him.
My gaze doesn't need to be narrow when it's correct.
And your correctness is assumed.
Perhaps you look at this information and you come to a different conclusion.
I have additional information that I have not yet shared with you, which provides a path to a culprit that I am willing to tell you about. But it seems that you are too eager to judge.
And Lumio?
Perhaps it should be best waited until the morning, when we have all had time to think about our actions.
And
had
Lumio,
thought to
when
who-
we follow your course of action to your next person and the person after that, and we continue to not find the gem that we are looking for, the stopper to our dwarf brother's life, the thing that held his blood in check, when we don't find it, what then? Are you going to take responsibility? Are you going to be the one who says, Zeract, I'm sorry, Dandrin, I'm so sorry about your brother. It was my fault because I couldn't look at the evidence in front of me and make a conclusion. I needed to chase
already
until I
looked
found
at that
the certain.
evidence. There are more possibilities than you are considering, and that is causing a considerable amount of problems. The world is wide, Zeract. It is not so narrow that a single person can commit any single crime. What accomplices have you funneled out? What possible motives have you decided? Other than perhaps it was the shiny thing, perhaps it was the gnome.
Did you see? I'm sorry. I may be presuming too much on your experience. The gem inside of Gruddock's chest. You're familiar with the type.
A Kyber shard, yes.
Yes. So then you're familiar with the value of that gem.
Yes.
Not just monetarily, but in other purposes and other uses.
Long and storied, yes.
So then you're familiar also with the reasons why we didn't sell those similar shards, because they might attract negative intention. We had this conversation when we first left the mine, did we not? We discussed the proper use of them. We talked about why these may or may not be useful, and what negativity might befall us. Were someone to know about it. We've gone on at length at that. So I can't say that you shouldn't know what a draw something of that nature would be. Did you need a more complicated reason other than that?
I'm saying that you're blaming a person without full cause. I'm saying that the person that you are attempting to foister this crime upon may be innocent, and I need you to consider that. And it doesn't appear that you will.
I haven't killed
Your
him.
mind is made up. No, but you will. Not by your hand, of course.
Hmm.
No, you will hold him, but you will tell his brother. And his brother will kill him, certainly. He has told us as such. He will not hesitate. It will be death instantly. And if you're wrong, that blood is on your hands.
The blood of a murderer doesn't matter to me, and it shouldn't matter to you.
Again, if you're wrong, it doesn't matter whether it matters. All life matters. The life that was taken matters just as much. I was friends with Gruddock as much as you, and I find this atrocious. The thief did not know Gruddock, whoever they are, and if they did, this crime is more heinous.
So what? You would just have us part ways with this more than likely murderer?
Did I say that?
Well, then what's your plan? We just wait until morning. Of course, he might slip away in the night. Why? What other reason would he have to stay? No, perhaps you're correct. Yes, I should just not look at the most obvious option here. I should ignore the evidence that I've been provided. I should just close my eyes. I should go to sleep tonight and let the potential thief leave. Or worse,
What if
stay.
the evidence
Or
was
worse,
fabricated?
stay. Someone who
Again.
is willing to kill for their own profit, just let them stay with us. Just let them continue to
There-
infiltrate.
There
Yes,
was no
that
killing
sounds reasonable.
here. There was theft.
I see. Yes. We certainly didn't hear that the theft of the object would result in further harm.
The spider killed Gruddock, or
That we
the rock spider beneath in those caves killed Gruddock. If there is any to blame here, the theft of the crystal prevents us from healing Gruddock.
Oh,
That is true.
I see. That's not the same. I see. If you were sick
If we
and
retrieve,
a cure was provided, and I took that cure from you, I'm not guilty of murder. That's merely theft. That you die is just happenstance. Of course. Yes, that makes perfect sense.
turning him to stone is the cure that has already been provided to him.
Turning him to stone was the
Until we
privilege.
return him to flesh, he is not a dead man.
Well, I'm
If we
sure that
smash him apart right now, yes, he would be a dead, and it would be on our hands. But until
I'm sh-
that crystal is gone from our presence, and I am not saying that it is, this is preventable.
I'm sure that Dendron would heartily enjoy the
Yes,
rest of his
because
life with his
Dandelion is
brothers
not in
and
his
statue.
right mind. You've seen it. You know as well.
I know that he'd rather
It's
have a
not
living brother
surprising
than a
to you.
statue.
Yes, and that takes time and effort and doing the right thing right now. If we
You
are
know
to
what that
save
takes?
his brother, we cannot kill that the thief. We need to retrieve the crystal. The death of the thief may come after, but if we return that crystal to Gruddock and he lives, we have killed someone for petty theft.
I think you've let more slip there than you realize.
That the
Very well. You're right. Yes. We shouldn't kill the thief outright. No. Instead, we should do as I'm doing, which is to watch them constantly so that they have no opportunity to offload those ill-gotten gains that come at the life of our dwarven friend. Yes, I'm glad you're in agreement with my course of action. He shouldn't die immediately, but I want you to be aware he will. If it comes down to the life of Gruddock, or the life of a gnome who would kill another for their own profit, yes, he'll die, so that he doesn't do it again. That's what happens to bandits. That's what happens to thieves who are willing to murder others for their own gain.
Indeed, it would if he was one of them.
Hmm.
We shall see.
Okay.
This is why I hesitate. Anyway, yeah.
Zorax is just like, and then pushes past and goes and kicks Delian's door.
Delian, somebody kicked your door.
Okay, does it budge?
No, not at all. There's like
Yeah, I didn't think so.
8 wedges in it now.
Yeah.
There is a plethora of wedges beyond this door, and I will not be able to do anything, damn it.
I believe the proper multiple term is an angle. There is an angle of wedges.
Yeah, I've basically put a angled 2x4 in the door.
Yeah.
Maybe another wedge.
Somebody
Maybe-
kicked the
maybe
door,
a
it didn't
nice
budge at all.
guy.
Zoract, you kicked the door, it didn't budge at all.
That's disturbing. These doors are not that sturdy.
They really are not. It did not
They
budge at
are.
all. That thing that he said earlier about, oh yeah, you have to wedge the door.
Hold on. God, it took me forever to put this thing in properly.
And you just
Then,
hear like a wedge being removed, and 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 a wedge being removed, and
I have
then
to imagine that
A second
like,
door.
like the wedges are kind of propping it up and into place, and when the last one is removed, it's just kind of
It, like
slumps.
sinks down.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah, for real.
It's the first time I've been properly seated.
the spirit of the door thanks you.
I'll
Man,
open the door.
Or
Hey,
OG figure. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Who knows, man? I'm a good word worker.
Only I
Fuck.
can hear the door. I'm also made of.
It's fair.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you are. In a roundabout way.
Zorax is standing with all of her gear on the other side.
Yes.
You're going to make room. I'm staying here with you.
Really?
Yes,
There's only the one bed.
that's fine.
Are you sleeping on the floor then?
I have a bedroll.
Okay, there's rats. I saw them under the bed. Just be wary.
I'll call the weasel in. It'll be fine.
Okay, that's a bit strange. How do you feel about taking 5 minutes to open a door?
Did you block the door?
I told you. I told everyone.
Fine.
Lumio does have wedges in his hands. He did tell everyone.
Then it's just more efficient this way. That's fine.
Okay, I guess. Do you snore?
I'm not going to be sleeping.
No, that's even weirder. Well,
She just pushes in at this point.
okay. I see we're not gonna be friends.
You should have thought of that before.
I will go alert your guards as to your look. Should they not worry when they find you gone in the morning?
Zeract is grumpy, but she's going to give you a nod that's like pretty grudging. It's a good idea. She just doesn't want to acknowledge it.
This seems like this is exploding way out of hand. Have you even talked to the other captain of the other mercenary company?
Name is.
Yeah, I
What-
knew that too.
I think that we've discussed more than enough.
Between the three of us, maybe.
Lumio does head off.
Well, I toss and turn, so enjoy that, I guess. And then I'll just slam all those things back in, seat the door properly, and go to sleep. Hopefully, finally.
Okay. Zeract, you just sit there the whole night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arachna's 12 wedges.
So next morning, you guys are getting up to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyone have anything they want to do before they head out of exile?
No, I'm good.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Sell the wedges to the next people who are entering again.
He just leaves them there.
Highest bidder.
Going to don't forget the window.
The nice wagon. For real.
Wouldn't they just?
You're being crazy. That's crazy talk.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is a fantasy setting. No one does that here.
To be
Sound of
fair, it's a
glass
really
breaking
nice
just around the
window,
corner.
but it's not.
Look at the craftsmanship, the way they warp the glass. It's like safety glass.
It
No,
costs
they've got
trying to
wedges
on the other
replace a
side.
window in this
Copper.
place.
The room costs 2 copper.
Zeract is going to make a pact in the morning.
Okay. Who you binding?
That's a great question.
Are you doing this in the same room?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like she's not even super concerned about it. At this point, binding Sevnor is basically a death sentence for Delian. So she's got verbose. That's what she's got. It is the 28th of 29th. No, not 28th of. It was the 28th of Therendor. So we're in Ire now.
Okay. Yes, it should be the. I lost my calendar.
I think it's the 1st of Ire.
No, it should be the. Yeah. Sorry, you are right. It is the 1st of Ire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am at a -2 currently. Go ahead and roll that. That is still a very high DC, but
I believe in you.
it's okay if it
It's
doesn't
a thing
happen.
called love.
Hey,
Hey,
you actually got like a good pact on verbose.
yeah, that was actually successful.
Not bad.
Does it mean you're not nice to people?
Oh yeah, yes, that is
Sure.
exactly what that means.
Yeah, it also means that she doesn't have to show the sign, so she doesn't have to have like the vined hair and stuff. She can, but she doesn't have to.
she's actually gonna keep that. Like it's been fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Charut will make 2 salves.
Okay. Go ahead and make them, and then
I
Did anyone-
succeed.
I'm gonna
Did anyone want
continue.
any-
Sorry, go ahead.
Did anyone want any other maintenances done, or the same as before?
Same as before.
Same.
Okay, it's
I'm gonna
the same.
continue also with the animal companion.
okay. And that's the weasel or something. It's like you traded in Punchline to get a weasel.
That's correct. Yeah.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Okay. And so it looks like everybody's good to start heading out of town.
Did I use my little gadget claw in the battle?
I
The episode I was not a part of.
don't believe so.
Cool. Then
No,
I'm
the
good.
only thing you used was your darkness sphere thing.
All right. Cool. So I already have I have everything I need.
Cool. Okay. So you guys start heading out of town, north, heading out of exile, and get back on the road. And is this the scene I want? Ooh. Hold on, loading map. There we go.
This bridge wasn't here before.
God damn it.
Damn it, Travis.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, Travis, we're Pampers.
We're Pampers. We're so Pampers.
All right. For the group, I need everybody to give me a perception check. This is one of those, like, give me the perception check if you're actively keeping watch. If you're just hanging out in the back of the wagon or something, don't roll.
Just to clarify, like from Sherud's previous heal check from last session, there's nothing more he can.
For what? Gruddick is a statue.
Yeah, like because I'm trying to see if he would be in the wagon looking after the statue.
It's up to you if you want to be in the wagon looking after a statue. The statue is a statue.
He'll be on watch.
Okay.
Zorak is sleeping in the back.
Okay. Dandern, you're still driving, correct?
That is correct. Do I need to do a thing?
Nope, not yet.
Good, because the map hasn't loaded for me. It's at 70%.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big one.
And now is
This map is like 15 tiles, so yeah. All right. So everybody that got a let's see, awesome ringer. This is well, hold on. I gotta roll for Zena. Okay.
Oh.
And for Cordit.
The guys on Zena.
Wow.
And Gordon.
Okay.
I guess I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Way back here.
So, oh man, I'm so happy that I found out I could do that. I don't know if you guys saw what just happened, but it was very good.
What'd you do?
Did like a box select on the whole group and then pick add to encounter. It's pretty nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want
So-
us should rolls?
Yeah. In a second, you can roll your initiative. I want to describe what's going on first. For those who are
Able to see.
yeah. So for shit, there was supposed to be another one.
Limio Lex update actors.
Damn.
Wait, what do you mean you lack permission to update actor?
There was a pop-up.
It was a pop-up red bar.
Weird. Did it go
I
away?
was trying to do because I wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
Same.
Weird. All right. So these guys, weird. That one. 1 second, because one of them is doing a weird.
Not you this time.
Name can't be me, I don't think.
I'm pushed to talk, so I don't know what the shit's going on there.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't even know if anybody else can hear it. It's just that I hear that big hissing, and it's really.
No, I
really
heard it.
annoying.
I heard it too.
It just went away for me like 2 seconds ago.
All right. So, let's go ahead and everybody who is on the combat can roll initiatives. Everybody who got a 15 or higher on your perception checks, you can go in the surprise round.
I keep trying to click it, but everybody keeps clicking, so I can't click it. God damn it! I didn't even click that! What the fuck?
Sorry. I think that was probably me.
Hey,
I apologize.
think it was. Holy shit.
God damn it! All right, there's some that I have to update real quick. Give me a second here, because some of the initiative rolls are higher.
Yeah, Goblin Dog.
Oh no, wait, hold on. Is this the actual Goblin Dog with stats and stuff? Oh fuck yeah! Never mind. I don't have to update the Goblin Dogs. Update combatant. You can drop back down to 18. Dandern, you will go first when you get to go.
It works. Ugh.
I was watching Many a True Nerd play Knights of the Old Republic, Travis, and he just got to the point, and like I watch my videos really fast, and he just got to the point where somebody really, really quickly kept going Mooga Chaka Baka, Mooga Chaka Baka, Mooga Chaka Baka.
Oh, no!
And it was like, this is why we watch these videos, boys. Mooga Chaka Baka.
I need to find out how to speed it up, because I think that would breathe new life into that stupid sentence.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And last one. All right. So, okay, what the fuck? How does a Goblin Dog get a 2 on initiative if it has a dex bonus of +2?
It rolled a 0.
How did you roll a 0?
It ate the dice.
I wonder if it rolled a 1.
4.
That's not how math works.
Yeah, that's not how math works. Okay. So, what you guys see, and by all of you, hold on. Where does it say the goblin dog? Goblin dog?
And Mondu goes last.
It
Poor fellow.
It does say that he rolled a. It's just not adding anything to his dex.
The lowest goblin dog I see is a.
Well, I gave him his +2.
No, that's...
Anyway, that's fine. So for let's get back to the initiative rolls. For Ringer and Zinna and Cordit, Sharut just failed it. Ringer, you see looking over here in that area. You see a pair of riders. They look very close to the riders that you saw when you were coming into town. Sort of like they have on kind of like piecemeal armor. They have their faces wrapped with masks, and they're riding various levels of mangy horses. And Zinna sees these along with Cordit, and basically at once Zinna and Cordit go ambush, and then the round will start. So we will start at the top of the round. It'll be the highwayman, Zinna, and Ringer will get a shot, and then the full combat will go. So first highwayman is this one, who is going to charge in at Delian.
Cool.
That's bad news.
This is very bad news.
Does
The
a
horse
21
can
hit you,
trample
bud?
me. I bet it does.
It may, it do. It do, it may.
And yeah.
Yeah, it do.
Sure does, man.
All right.
It do real good.
He has a longsword that he's swinging down with, and so he will swing down with that longsword for 9 damages.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not good.
The goblin dogs, one is going to go to there, one is going to go to Sharut. So what you see are these sort of like, I know that goblin dogs only exist in Pathfinder as a setting, but I like the idea of like these mangy ass dogs. So they're just these like mangy, gross looking dogs. They almost look like they're more rat than dog because of the amount of skin, because the amount of fur that has fallen out and the amount of mangy skin that's showing. And they split. One of them runs and basically jumps onto the box of the wagon to start biting at Ashlis. The other one runs and jumps and bites at Sharut. So Sharut, the one on you, sir.
Crit.
It's a crit.
Doesn't
That
confirm.
Does not confirm. Thank God.
I didn't
Not
even need
confirmed.
to see it to know that the first thing that John rolled was going to be a crit.
It wasn't the first thing I rolled. Thank you.
It was the second.
But yeah. You take 8 damages as this dog just bites you and starts like. Can you give me a fortitude save, sir?
Maybe. That's the.
You start breaking out into this sort of itchy rash, at where it bit. Like it's the onset of this is almost immediate. It feels like the wound around your leg where it just snapped into you is on fire. You will take a -2 penalty to dexterity and charisma for 1 day.
-2.
Yeah, he bit you so hard that you are now less agile and less pretty.
Okay, so
I mean,
Basic-
you can believe that about
Yeah, basically you broke out in hives is essentially how it works.
Root now at a -2 mod for.
We all believe you. Let's
Why don't
see.
you want to talk to some bugbears? No, that seems like a great idea.
Cordit will take a shot at the man on the horse, and he will miss. He's gonna basically move to there to take his shot. Ringer, it's your turn. There's people that are clearly intending to charge if you judge by the fact that the other one just charged.
That seems probable. Question is, who are they going to charge?
You hear the guy that just charged in the front go, "Kill them all. We'll take the wagons and leave."
Go right there. Where do you counterpunch?
Okay.
The second trigger is moving past me.
Okay. Can you set that as a trigger?
I can.
Shit. All right. Sounds good. Zinna goes "Rah!" and moves there and doesn't ready a counterpunch, but readies an axe.
It's like a counterpunch.
It's like a counterpunch. Let's see. Highwayman number 3. Well, he's got bad luck. He's going to be charging at you with the intent to hit you with his sword. So
that's a problem for him.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll for your counterpunch.
I'll be right back.
God, boxing is such a weird sphere.
It is.
What do you do? Oh, me? Nothing. Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait. Sorry,
It's
just making sure I got everything right here.
It's the opposite of the "so then I started blasting" meme.
Yeah. So I put away my guns.
So all right, so I put away my guns, right?
The start of every boring story. So I put away my guns.
Oh, you mean so you could like draw it later? Yeah, but like not until he drew his. The fuck?
Because I'm a fair and honorable sword.
I only hit them what? Oh, go ahead.
Before I do that, to add my AC.
Okay.
That is the wrong amount. I almost put 1d60, which is not what we roll here.
Please roll 1d60 for your attack roll, and also tell me how you got that die.
It was cut from the sun.
I would like one as well.
Now I have to go back to the sun to get that.
Can I, John Eric, I know this is a bit out of character, but can I attempt to steal Mike's D60?
You know what? Go for it.
I'll allow it.
Hell yeah.
But Justin's gonna say that you murdered someone.
Fuck! God, the hard choices. On one hand, everyone knows I murdered someone. On the other, I just got a D60.
I say this about evens out.
Damn it.
Okay, so that doesn't work. And then this man's is going to attack you with his chargy slash. I didn't add in the charge bonus on the last dude, so I'm doing that now. Sorry. Didn't.
Glad you did.
Didn't help.
He was distracted by the fact that I hit him. Tried to hit him.
Zorak, you're probably awoken by the shout of ambush.
Sounds
and
good.
then Ashlis will. Oh, I didn't roll her attack roll. Does Ashlis get bit by a dog? No. And
Even though it says High Women 3, which is.
oh, that's just
I
the
think
last guy
even
that I
funnier.
clicked on.
Yeah, no, but High Women 3 comes up, I'm gonna bite you.
I'm gonna bite. So then I started biting. Man, we should probably just move to squares. Like, I really like hexes, but it makes this rough. Oh, here's the other thing I should do. You guys want your grid back?
That'd be helpful.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool. I didn't
If you want.
realize until you're like, oh, I probably should have done this. I was like, yeah, wait a
So
minute.
I used this map in my other game, and my other game has its own grid, and so I had to make the grid go away, take a screenshot of this rather than lay out all the tiles again, because fuck doing that. So take a screenshot of this and then upload that screenshot. So it was an adventure.
It sounds like it.
So Highwayman number 4, I believe. Yes, Highwayman number 4 is going to try to attack the Ringer. Does a 17 hit you, Ringer?
It does not.
All right.
God damn, dude.
Tension bonuses are useful.
I know. I'm just saying. Holy shit. You wanna catch these hands?
Is he allowed? Is he allowed to?
You can try.
Please try to catch these.
For Sidna will yell out, you hear her go, Corley, guard the client. And then she steps in next to Ringer and misses with a sword swing. Highwayman 1 is going to charge Zenna. Highwayman 2 is going to charge her right after. And the two of them, well, the first one is going to get an attack aimed at him. And she's going to miss. And then they are both going to sword slash her. And they are both going to hit. Zenna's not looking great. She's not down, but she just took 2 hard hits. And then we're at the end of the round. So start of the next round. Dandarin, some things happened. You see some highwaymen come out of the woods, and they charge in with no intention of taking prisoners, apparently, because they nearly just cut Zenna in half. Also, one of their dogs has bit Sharut ugly, which is a real problem considering how ugly he was before this.
Oh, today's gonna be rough. Someone should call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah.
I charged this dog and I hit this dog.
Okay.
Old words, Eric.
Yeah, animal abuse.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll on the Gobbo dog. Gobbo dog. Gobbo dog.
It does hammer. It's not doing it.
He's just
Warhammer.
Active this week.
What do you hit him with? I hit him with this. Are you gonna hit him yet?
Eric,
No,
Eric, press the
but I
sword.
haven't.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just
There we go. That's the Eric roll we know and love.
That's what we subscribe for.
Okay. Yeah. You whiff, and
is it a goblinoid?
it is not technically a goblinoid. It's just the kind of dogs that they tend to use in their tunnels and their warrens.
Just a major thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Because of
And
course that's what happens.
Highwayman number 4 is going to swing at Delian again. He does not get his charge bonus this time.
Cool, because that put me to 4.
Does a 17 hit you?
It sure does, man.
Man, if it put you to 4, I might either be dropping you unconscious or to 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude.
was making suspicion it's the former.
Wow. This is some rough stuff.
What's your constitution?
Why?
My constitution is a 12.
I don't know that
no.
Drax needs to pursue his vengeance
I mean,
anymore, guys.
thieves usually aren't super high con. All right, so Delian, you go down.
Yeah.
What are you at right
Really?
now? What are you at right now?
I'm at a -6.
-6. Okay. And then this dude will pull his horse over so that he is in range of swinging at Cordit. Next is the Goblin Dog on Sharut. Goblin Dog on Sharut will roll against Sharut. He has a +2 hit.
And this is when the party wipe happens. The only one left standing is Ringer.
That
Okay.
does
Doesn't
not
confirm.
Does not confirm. God.
Dude, we're getting dick to scouts.
Sharut is down and dying.
Are you at 0, -1,
I'm at
negative?
-1.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, not good, but yeah.
Take that how you will.
Correlate goes to the wagon and climbs up, basically, or not into the wagon, but sort of like stands in front of it with her shield and sword ready. Next will be Delian. Can you give me I believe it's a Constitution check?
Okay. So I'm assuming it's a regular roll plus my con bonus.
Yes. I'm trying to find that out right now.
I thought it was a fortitude.
It's the same, like bonus or
I
my
think
fortitude.
DC con save, I think, to stabilize when you're down. Either DC 10 or DC.
Yeah, so it's just a con check.
bonuses?
So nope, you just roll a d20 and you add your con bonus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you stop. You're not bleeding to death. You're just down,
Well, that's good.
isn't it?
Except the medic is also down.
Yep.
We've all got our problem.
Bowien will move up next to Ringer and take a swing, and miss. Lumio, it's your turn. There are horsed men, there are dogs, and you know that apparently the horsed men and the dogs have already done something real bad to Delian and Sharut.
Wish I could do something about that. Here's a beacon. And I'm gonna spend a point to make it last a minute without me doing anything.
Sounds great.
Or needing to maintain concentration, but I'm spending a point, which means wild magic needs to happen.
Wild magic might happen. Roll a d100 for me.
That's not a dice that should exist. Hold on.
1d67.
No, 199.
No, that is too high. Wild magic does not happen.
Yay! You're welcome.
All right. So, Lumio, I believe you are at a 55. So I will put that right there, and I will pull it out to 55 feet. So anybody that's in there, you get a +2 on your weapon damage rolls.
Oh, Corden, no.
And after Lumio is Cordit. Huh.
Yeah.
Sharut, have you healed a person in front of Cordit?
I did heal sisters.
Okay.
In the wagon, I don't know if that was in front of him, but I did heal them while we were traveling.
Well, so the thing about like Eric's wagon is that it's almost completely full. Like, basically, like one person can be in the wagon and have a little bit of room to sort of sit down, and otherwise there's no room. So if you were actually like laying it out to like heal people and stuff, you probably healed people outside of the wagon. So in that case, this man will basically move over and sort of roughly move you behind him, and then administer one of your salves to you.
Oh, wondrous. Plus
The good one or the bad one? Because I remember you made that super nice one.
/ roll.
They only last for a day, so the super nice one is already gone.
I healed 10 points. I was at -1 with 9.
Cool. Then at that point, you see Cordit basically drop his bow, and he pulls out a knife, and he's just sort of holding a knife against the dog and the mounted combatant.
And the rider.
And he goes, "All right, you can take the wagon. I like the little one." And
kind of hear just like
a Ringer, it's your turn.
Well, Counterpunch didn't do so well, so we're not going to do that this time.
Instead, we start attacking horses. I use knockout punch on all the horses. Every horse.
I have knockout punch.
There we go.
Every horse.
Punch out every horse.
Horses and mushrooms. Those are my favorite enemies.
They know what they did. I am going to just try and punch the guy on the horse.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't get any sort of penalties for hitting a guy on a horse. He just gets bonuses for hitting down at you. So
Yep.
You're good.
God fucking damn it. No, I'm going to spend my last hero point on that.
Sounds great.
Is that for a reroll, or does that just add a bonus?
So you can spend it to add 4, or you can spend it to reroll.
I will reroll.
Okay.
I fucking hate this game.
And after that is going to be Zena, who is going to... she gets a good hit in on this guy, and he gains 10 feet of elevation.
That is a good hit.
Because that's the easiest way for me to track hit points in this system.
Floats.
Yeah, look at that.
Not right out of its shoes.
All right, and after that is going to be Sharut.
It's my turn? Oh, sweet.
It is your turn.
Can I take a shot from the ground?
Yes. You mean like without standing up, just shoot?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Sharut is going to move action, apply a poison, swift action, will scout the dog. Actually, is that knowledge local or knowledge?
For the dog is knowledge nature.
Okay, then I can't scout the dog.
Okay.
And we are going to shoot at the dog with barrage. Flashbang flank shot is at barrage. And then I'm within Lumio's thing, so I get a plus. Oh, there. I had that mixed up there. There. That's roll bonus. No, God, I'm sorry. I keep putting the minuses in the wrong spot.
Who? And you said you're shooting one at the dog and one at the guy?
That was the first shot.
Which was at who?
The dog. First
Okay.
shot was at the dog.
So that is enough to hit the dog.
Sweet. So 10 points of damage, and then have him make me a fortitude save. If
He
he's
doesn't
still
need to
alive.
make that save.
Alrighty. Then we'll shoot the dude on the horse.
Okay.
Shrews. Fuck that dog. He bit me hard.
The nice thing about the goblin dog rash is that it can't stack. It would be funny if they could like bite you into some like horrid nightmare, but
Your hives have hives. How does that even work?
you got lumps on your lumps. 16. That'll hit, and he takes 7. He will rise 7 feet into the air.
Make me a fortitude save.
Are you able to poison and crossbow in the same round?
I can do it as a move action so long as I have access to a alchemist kit.
All right.
He makes the save.
Well, good. Okay. So you definitely hit him with the shot, but he doesn't seem to be affected by the poison at all. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn because I don't think scouting local yield any special.
Dude's gonna swing down, not at Ringer, because they haven't identified Ringer as a threat yet. Because Ringer looks like a man in clothes who's trying to punch people.
I mean, he's wearing armor.
The other one, the other one is wearing like half plate. Well, they're wearing like heavy banded, but yeah. So he's gonna swing down at Forsidna and hit.
Oh.
And she rises 6 feet into the air.
If you could roll under an 18, that would be great.
But if I
put your computer in a microwave or something, what is with these rolls?
hey,
Actually,
I only
if
did
you
that
could
the one.
if you could roll under an
Nope,
8
nope.
for
You heard him.
Everybody that's not on our side. How about that?
Nope. You heard him. All rolls are under 16 now.
Okay.
So I'll just have to increase their to hit bonuses.
Damn it.
That's
not. No.
Zerax, you're awake.
Zrex is awake. Zrex has heard there's an ambush. She slips out, stands up, grabs her crossbow. She's gonna shoot at this guy who's floating in the air right over here.
Okay. I imagine that you're sort of hanging out of the back of the covered wagon thing.
That is exactly it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. You can stand while grabbing the crossbow and then shoot him. That works. Do you have precise shot and all that nonsense?
Sure don't.
Okay, cool. Do you want to take the penalty to your attack roll, or do you want me to just add it to his armor class?
Take the penalty. I already got it lined up.
Sounds great.
Holy shit!
Wow. Well, you hit.
I sure did. I did max damage for my crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He rises 6 more feet into the air and then goes down.
I'm gonna send this guy to the moon. Oh, all right, fine. Then, as a free action, she puts 2 fingers into her mouth. She whistles, and a furry missile flies out of the wagon at that other asshole over there.
Okay. Given the sort of angle and stuff, the animal companion can move to him, but it can't hit him yet. There's no direct angle to charge. But I can.
You have a giant weasel, so I figured the asset should be easy enough to pull in.
Yeah. I already had a weasel somewhere. I'll find it. While I'm finding it, Ashless, it's your turn. Fuck, that's me. Ashless will cast on the defensive. She will knock this goblin dog 5 feet into the air with so Dandrin, you see her sort of stand up in the driver's seat of the wagon and try to push herself away, and she waves her arm real quick, and a missile kind of shoots out of it, and it goes into the air, and then it looks like it's gonna cut towards you, and then at the last second it cuts away from you, and it slams the dog in the side of the side of his leg. Oh man, that missile seems real magic. Then after that is going to be a Hewiman. It is Hewiman number 4 who is going to swing at Bowing. And that will not hit thanks to shields. And after that is going to be Forsidna, who is going to swing up as well. Does super bad.
Ugh.
And then Hewiman number 1 is deadified. I should probably do it that way with the dog too, so that it shows up on the token. Can you guys see it in the center of the token now?
Yes.
Cool. That's way better. Rather than
are we rolling to confirm?
No, I'm not rolling to confirm fumbles. If we were using fumble cards or something, sure, but
okay.
Fumbles are just a guaranteed miss, and criticals are a guaranteed hit.
Okay.
And Highwayman number 2 will cut Zinna down to the ground. All right. Zinna goes down, and he will move up to here to actually no wait, he'll stay back so he can charge next round.
If he moves at all, he gets an attack of opportunity from the weasel.
That's true. He'll take it next round. And the goblin dog. This is the goblin dog that just got smacked, and it must have gotten smacked by Dandrin because Ashless is way up high. He blames Dandrin, and will hit Dandrin. Dandrin, does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
I don't know if you talked. I saw your thing momentarily light up.
He said nope.
Oh, okay. So he snaps at you. You manage to put your shield in the way, and then Imandu doesn't know what to do. So he basically grabs the little crossbow that he has next to him and starts fumbling a bolt into it. Top of the round is going to be Dandrin.
Well, I don't know about the guy behind me, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill this goblin dog.
That makes
Surely
sense.
I will hit this time. Surely.
I mean, the odds are whatever they are.
Roll like John.
That dog's name is not Shirley. You
swap your dice.
That's too big.
That's not a thing you can do.
Okay, but have you tried?
No, he has a point. Have you tried?
I don't know why there's a Wolf Moon t-shirt suddenly spawning into us, but...
This is going to be Justin's dog, or his weasel. And, yeah, so he can tell me what he wants it to do, and then I will make it do the thing.
Or through his chest, other side.
You know, like a standard weasel.
Question, before this guy takes his turn.
Uh-huh.
Is Sharut able to move on the ground?
Like stay on the ground and move?
Yeah, could I do like a 5-foot shift?
You
over
can't
in that
move
direction?
5 foot. Basically, if you're staying on the ground, all ground is considered to be like difficult terrain. So
Okay.
you essentially
So it'd
move at
be-
half speed.
It'd be a move action to do it, and then.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, let me look at my real quick. Okay. I was considering whether or not I should spend a hero point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He's going to move up to here, and he's going to take a swing at Cordit. He'll miss, and Goblin Dog is out. Corley will stay there. Dillian, you're out, but you're still alive.
Yep.
Bowing will take a swing next to Ringer and miss. Lumio, it's your turn.
Oh, good. I am going to attack this dog here.
That one?
Excellent. That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that seems to be the closest threat, and it's been doing work on my friend.
Okay.
I don't have any bonus. Come on, man.
Oh,
Yep. That's pretty much it.
Alrighty.
Oh, right.
That was a destructive blast?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It just. I know that my is so.
Yeah.
Lumio, what type of damage bonus does your totem give?
+2 damages.
Is
Yeah.
it a type? Okay.
I will double.
It is, from what I understand, it was an unnamed bonus.
Mhm.
Got it.
So it is it's a +2 circumstance bonus to all weapon damage rolls. So if you have any other circumstance bonuses to damage, which I don't think you have, you just
do.
take the higher one. Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, well, never mind. It gives you a +2 circumstance
Well,
bonus.
sorry, mine is not a. I don't know if it's circumstance. Let me check.
Okay. So
Um,
after Lumio is going to be Cordit. Cordit is going to slash up at the man's and hit him for 5. He launches 5 feet into the air. And
I thought it was competence bonus.
after that is Ringer. It's your turn. It's cool. Just look it up later. Just
No,
take the
I
bonus
already
now and
found
roll.
it.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm gonna ready a counterpunch.
Okay. Triggers?
Triggers attacking. First one is attacking me. The second is going to be attacking anyone next to me.
Sounds great. Zena will stop bleeding. Sharut, it is your turn, my sir.
Eric, just a quick question. For sharpened weapons, is it a type?
Manufactured.
Bonus? That's manufactured. Okay.
Also, was that Goblin Dog actually a Highwayman? The Goblin Dog that rolled before Highwayman 4. My feed's a little weird right now. Or is it
Oh.
this?
He's still up. He's taken 5 points of damage, but he's still awake.
Okay, it's just the Goblin Dog looks like the Goblin Dog hit itself.
I mean, it should look
Oh
like.
no, it was Cordit. It was Cordit swinging. That's what that was.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry. Yeah,
just- it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
confused. I don't remember that.
that's the weird thing. It's whoever I clicked last, and sorry.
Okay.
You know, because
um,
I was more confused because it's like there's only one Goblin Dog left, and
He didn't
why
hit
would he roll
me.
damage? He asked me. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Sharut, your turn. What are you doing?
move action. He's going to here.
Okay.
Um,
Are you standing or are you crawling? I want you to know that either one of these provokes an attack of opportunity.
shit. Well, shit. I would have to use an action to get out
Shit.
of his
Fuck.
attack of
Shit.
opportunity, right?
Shoot him.
You can't really do like the gymnastics required to make an acrobatics check from like on your ass on the ground.
That makes sense. Okay. In that case, I guess I'll just shoot at this.
Cool.
See if I can. Actually, if I take a shot from here, I'm essentially flat-footed because I'm on my stomach, right?
Being prone doesn't make you flat-footed; just makes you prone. Like,
Gives him bonuses to hit you.
yeah, it gives him bonuses to hit you.
Even though he's on a horse.
Yeah.
He already gets bonuses to hit you because he's on a horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't really move away from him without incurring attack of opportunity, so I kind of have to.
Okay.
So I will shoot him with a crossbow bolt.
Okay. So before your shot
Hit
happens,
me. Yep.
his attack of opportunity happens.
Um,
You're on
this
the.
will be a barrage if he miss it or if I live.
That's fine. He gets a +4 because you're on the ground.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a miss.
You're really, really on the ground, and you're on the other side of his sword arm. He's trying for it, but Cordit keeps jumping in the way, going like, "Hey, you leave him alone."
He's a
Oh
wee
my
baby, man.
God. He
Leave him
was
alone.
one away from hitting me.
That's my tiny scout friend. You leave him be. And you apologize to my other tiny scout friend.
Yeah, the one lying unconscious on the ground. Apologize to him. He
Well,
can't hear you.
the other tiny scout friend doesn't carry any known potions that I could use to bring him up.
I guess that's.
So, Sharut, it's your turn. Go ahead and make your barrage attack. Wow. Okay, so he goes 6 more feet into the air, and take your other shot.
Why are they going into the air?
Is he still up?
I have to ask.
Oh, so
That's how he tracks damage.
so like if you're looking at the stream, there's only one box where I can put in a number.
Okay.
Like very easily put in a number. And it's this one,
yeah,
and this is the box of elevation that's supposed to be used to track elevation.
Okay.
So whenever you guys hit them, they just start floating. Because I don't really have an easy way to track like hit points anywhere in here. Unless
So they just fly.
well, unless what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the stats for the monsters that will survive for maybe one combat and put them into this program, and then in that case I could actually like track
Like,
their hit points and stuff. But instead I use
just needed to know is all. Like, I approve of your system of tracking hit points by them just like Gmodding into like.
Eberron's a
flying
real
into the
weird
air.
Everyone's a real weird place. You see, it has to do with the moons. No,
I was gonna say.
I didn't know that they were floating until like I think it was 2 weeks ago. We had that combat with the bugbears, and Justin was like, "Is this guy really like 24 feet in the air?"
Well, the part that got me was like maybe it's a thing because Sharut hit him and it said ability special poison. I was like, what kind of fucking poison is this that's floating in the air?
No, don't like this. I'm in the air now.
Oh God!
You should have been using that a bit sooner.
Just to make things interesting, you're going to be surprised when Sharut hits level 6. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I hit him with the old reverse feather fall.
It's weird. Sharut actually gets fourth ball breaking abilities. He forces them to T-pose at that point rather than ragdolling into the air. It's
fantastic.
Dude, they just impose their authority by all just T-posing around everywhere.
Yeah.
See, I hadn't heard this of this ability. Does it make the heavy thumping sound when it collides with an object too?
Well, if you're playing Cyberpunk, it launches you into a building and then assumes that launch was fall damage, and then you die.
The real issue with this spell, though, is that because they're in the T-pose, they automatically get a +20 to hit on all of theirs.
And unfortunately, every single highwayman, the only voice line, since it's a bug, the only thing they can say is pick up that can.
They just start repeating saying that line over and over and over and over. So it just says pick. Sharut,
It's a bug. We're
you probably fire another arrow. I'm gonna assume that it hits the guy, but he is already dead from the first one.
Oh, he's dead from the first one?
Yeah.
Because I can actually redirect the attack at another.
You know, that's true. Yes. Who would you like to redirect the second one at? As you shoot him, the arrow kind of like sinks into his chest, and you see him slump over on the horse. You still have the ability to redirect it somewhere else.
Okay, so that's just outside of my range, so that would be a -4.
No, it'd be -2. If it's just outside of your range, it's -2 for the first range increment.
Well, it's an additional -2. It's a part of a barrage action.
Okay, so yes, it'd be a -4
It'd be
total.
a total of -4. And point blank shot is off.
A 3 will not hit the goblin dog.
So it goes like wailing over him into the ground behind, and you hear this like pop right there.
You wasted a flashbang on the ground. Okay, and after Sharut is going to be Hiwayman from the Healans, and he is going to attack for Sidna. But first, Ringer.
It's a counterpunch.
A counterpunch. That will hit.
Great. You're not
going
to be happy with that.
I probably am not.
I'm happy with it already.
Go ahead and roll your damages, sir.
Holy shit.
This is what happens when you put me in a totem.
Well, he sure is floating pretty high.
It was an uppercut.
Okay. He is still going to complete his attack roll. I think he's going to not attack for Sidna now. Oh no, wait.
He's attacking me.
Wait, no, you interrupted his attack. So like his attack was already going towards her. I can't change target at this point.
Yeah.
So instead,
Cool.
he will hit her for
This conversation about 16s.
he will hit her for another 5. That is enough to take her down. She goes down next to you.
That's okay, because I got tension back.
Sure. He does not understand the mechanics of your character, much like the person controlling him. Zorak, it is your turn.
Zorak is going to take a shot at this highwayman who's over by Zena.
Okay, sounds great.
Just do that from here. That is a attack roll is -4.
Correct.
Damage is +2.
+2.
Probably not a hit.
plus
Oh,
and
no,
twos.
definitely not a hit.
Okay.
And then additionally, the weasel will attack.
All right. Roll an attack roll with your weasel.
I think that's a hit.
That is a hit. Do animal companion weasels get blood drain, or is it just
You
no?
get blood drain.
They
yes.
do. Fuck.
They do.
All
They
right.
do get blood drain.
Go ahead and roll it.
So he hits with his attack, and he attempts to start a grapple as a free action.
Okay.
So so I guess he's using his attack roll against CMD there, or is it his CMB?
You're using your CMB against my CMD.
Hold on, I gotta look that up. Thing.
So like it's a small animal, right?
Small animal. Its strength is 10. I don't imagine it has a huge CMB.
So yeah, like it's gonna be at most it's gonna be like a +2 maybe. So
I'll just roll a 1d20 +2, and we'll call that good for right now.
yeah, size and strength are such like a that is not enough to begin your grapple.
Okay, but he will begin it.
Yeah, so he'll bite up or reach up and bite him, not be able to begin the grapple. Go ahead and do damage. The man, even on horseback, gets light in his seat, and Ashless is going to make another defensive casting check, which she will make. Oh man! And she will launch another magic missile into the dog, and she says, "I'm nearly out. I can't keep doing this all day." And Highwayman number 4, I have choices here, and I've seen one person launch spells, and one person has a big hammer. Big hammer.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you can take the attack of opportunity from the weasel.
Yeah.
Dandarin. Wow. Dandarin, a sword lightly taps you on the back of your helmet to inform you that combat has arrived. You are able to participate whenever you would like at your earliest convenience. Highwayman number 4 issues you an invitation. Fuck.
I accept.
Highwayman number 2. Wait. I switched 4 and 2, but that's fine. They go right after each other. So that was actually Highwayman number 2. Highwayman number 4 will swing out at Ringer because Ringer just wrecked his buddy's shit. So Ringer, take. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not. Make a fort save.
From the guy that you hit before, or from anybody who tries to hit you?
From the person who tried to hit me and missed.
Shit. Okay. Does a 22 work?
Yeah, you made it.
Really? That's any time somebody tries to hit you and misses?
Let me look at it again, just to be sure.
I thought it was only to the targets of your counterpunch.
It is once per round when a creature makes a melee attack against me.
Shit. All right. Neat. The goblin dog, Dandarin, does a 17 hit you?
A 17 does not hit me.
God. All right. Well, the goblin dog, he feels like he's being a good boy, but he is very confused as why his goodness is not emanating from your leg. Oh, this guy. Hold on. Amandu will, I don't know, take a shot at the one that's near Dandarin. He misses. Dandarin, it's your turn. You are being, oh, fuck, you are being flanked. Damn it.
19 still wouldn't hit me.
Yeah, and whatever. Like, hands off the chess piece. I just have to actually, pay attention to my board. So, Dandarin, it's your turn. There is a man behind you on a horse. There is a dog in front of you on its feet.
This rolls a 9 again. I might actually have a glitch. I haven't been able to see the dice roll the last two times.
Tell me what you're attacking before you roll. Like, don't just roll.
The goblin.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
You did it.
That dog.
Eviscerate the dog.
Yeah, that dog is good and smashed. He floats
I was
18
waiting
feet
for
into the air.
See.
Yeah.
Have like the giant Skyrim glitch where a giant hits you and they just launch into the air.
I love that. You know that only happens. I believe that only happens if you die.
Yeah, but they were gonna patch it out, and everybody said, "Please don't patch it out," so they left it in.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Would-
I would
would you-
love it to happen every time they hit you, so that you could use it as a stupid way of travel.
Yeah, it's a speedrun tactic.
When you gotta get to Whiterun fast, go piss off those giants.
John Eric, you really, really need to watch more Doug Doug. Like,
Oh, I've watched a lot of Doug Doug. Yeah. Okay.
He's a hero we all need.
So you did that, and then you took a 5-foot step towards the guy.
Yep, and turn to give the weasel a flank.
Sure. Sounds great. After that is going to be Corley will stand there guarding Zoract. Deline, sorry, still unconscious. Bowing. Bowing is going to try to attack the one in front of her. And will hit 4. Oh. All right. After Bowing is Lumio. Lumio, you got 2 highwaymen down, 2 dogs down, but you also have Deline down and Forsidna down, and Sharut's still probably not looking super great.
Okay.
Then
I'm gonna resume my previous tactic and try to hit the bigger horseman.
Okay.
Hey, that's touch AC. That might work.
So because of the lack of precise shot, that still doesn't hit him. Oh no, wait. Actually, even with the lack of precise shot, that's still going to hit him. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage for me.
Hey, you ready for this? 4.
All right.
Bludgeoning.
Well, in that case,
did you add +2?
Not
it's
for myself, no. So 6.
1 sec.
Yep.
Your destructive blast is not a weapon.
Oh, it's only for weapons.
Yeah, it's only weapon damage rolls. So his thing is that he boosts everybody else's damage and then he blasts a bunch of things. And okay. After Lumio, was there anything else you were gonna do that was a standard action?
Nope.
All right. And Cordit. Cordit will move over here to. He'll pick up his bow, and then move over here to sort of block any of the highwaymen from coming close to Deline. And after Cordit is going to be Ringer.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm already about counterpunch.
Okay, I guess. Of course. Sure. Fine. Whatever. Sharut, your turn.
shocked. I'm shocked.
So you said me moving on the ground is still terrain at half speed?
If you don't stand up, you move on the ground at half speed. Yeah.
I'm going to crawl over Dillian and apply a salve.
All right.
Bleeding doesn't too bad.
Roll
Crit
real
fail
low.
stabs me. I'm so sorry. Oh, dude's basically.
Yeah, that wasn't a great roll.
You brought him back up to -1.
Continue
like
dying.
Nice.
you're like crawling over while you're sort of like uncorking the salve. So you're like, crawling on one hand and your knees while you're using your teeth to pop out the cork, and then just as you're getting over to him, you just kind of like trip on like a stick, and you do get some of the salve on him, but most of it just kind of like sails, sort of like hits his forehead and then just dribbles into the dirt.
Cool.
You just hear like, or Cordit hears just like a grumble of frustration.
If
Ringer.
you put some dirt in it, it would have done better.
Ringer,
Maybe.
go ahead and make your attack. Because this dude, that one, is going to try to hit you.
Oh, okay. That probably doesn't work.
Yeah. What about that? Does that work? How you like
Sure
that?
do.
How you like dim apples?
It do hit me.
Delicious.
But guess what? I gain tension because you hit me.
You also gain 8 points of damage.
I sure do.
Now I'm here to make you guys into the heroes, but I also want all my little dudes to do well. it's a rough line to walk.
I'm just saying, like, your dudes are doing pretty well. They KO'd me, and I have done nothing all day. The entire combat, so,
I
you know.
tried to
That's
get
not
Biggie
true.
back up. I really did.
Dribbled some healing stuff on the ground.
I can do that.
Zeract, it's your turn.
I'm going to congratulate Dillian for pulling a Zeract actually by going down in the first round in combat
yeah. You're
and not coming back up. So,
I would tell you, Dillian, that you should hide in the wagon the way that Zeract's doing, because this is the first combat she ever hasn't gone down in the first round. But they apparently don't want you in the wagon. So,
do keep in mind, I hired 3 bodyguards because of the way the last combat went, or the first combat, I guess. So we're like, oh, we're gonna go out in the wilderness? No, I need some other motherfuckers to swing those swords for me. That's not my
apparently I
shit.
need to follow suit.
your
Goddamn,
level
I
1
need to
fighters
hire
are
some
definitely
fools.
being level 1 fighters.
Certainly are, and I love them for it. Zeract is going to shoot at the flanked guy. So this is going to be terrible, as was before.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
One.
No.
it's all right. And then her weasel will attack.
Okay.
Don't forget the weasel's flanking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
The,
that's a 12.
the flanking
Doesn't
isn't going to
matter.
make that hit. Okay, so that was well, you had to reload, and it's a crossbow, so that was your move, your standard, and then your weasel got his standard, right?
That's correct.
Cool.
He's not going to move from there. He's happy where he is.
Sounds good. Ashless is she does not have much else she can do. She can do like an acid splash. So, or no, what's the evocation one? She can do a ray of frost. So she will do a ray of frost at this one right here. So she miss. And the Hiwayman, Ringer, do you have you've already done your thing, right?
Yeah, my counterpunch is already used.
Okay, so this dude's going to try to hit Bowing because she just stabbed him. And he will do. Will he crit? He will do. Bowing goes down.
You don't say.
It's you against the masses. And then
I haven't fought against much worse odds, but
and then the last Hiwayman, who is still up, will attack Dandrin. God damn it! I will never hit you.
Doesn't his attack provoke?
No, he's just swinging
Oh,
the sword.
Sorry.
No.
I don't know.
How dare you attack?
You dare?
Oh my god.
Halloween making many attacks.
Did what's his face hit?
Yeah.
Way to go, Amandu!
The guy that just took a big chunk out of you with his sword catches a light crossbow bolt to the face, and he just slumps over in his saddle, and you hear from the wagon behind you, I didn't mean to. I was just trying to help. Oh my, he's going to be okay, isn't he?
Who is this?
It's Amandu.
It's Amandu.
That's wonderful. In fact, I never meant to kill anyone.
Sharut purposely does not answer.
Dandrin, it is your turn. You got a highwayman in front of you. You have a goblin dog corpse behind you, if you still want to hit on that. What would you like to do?
It's best to be safe.
It's best. You never know with the goblin dogs.
Remember, you're flanking also.
Yes, you are flanking. You get a +2 to hit.
I will be hitting the man on the horse, hopefully. Maybe?
That will hit him for 7, it looks like.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
And is that adding in the +2 damage from...
That is including the 2 damage, yes.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that is a good, solid swing. He will...
Excellent. I now must go chuck in my child who has come to accost me.
All right. Dandrin vanishes.
He
No.
stays his way.
Weasel no longer flanks.
Yeah, it's a bit until we get to Highwayman 2. You should be fine. Coralie stands there. Delian, you're better, but not best.
Still unconscious.
Hey, hang on. Can he delay?
No, he cannot make choices that affect the initiative because he's basically out of it.
Conscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bowing. Oh, Bowing's also down. Lumio. There's 2 highwaymen still up, and a number of your friends up, and one of the other. Well, I guess that's not true. Your friends are all still up except for the bodyguards.
Right.
But Zinna and Delian are both still down.
I'm once again going to attack that fellow there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep, because that seems to be my best solution.
So with the -4 from not having precise shot, that's not going to hit him.
Okay, move along.
Okay, and Corditz, well, he's got his bow back in his hand. Sure, it's taking care of Delian. He will take a shot at the guy fighting Dandrin and miss. Ringer.
Hey, can you guess what I'm gonna do? It's gonna be a counterpunch.
Sounds great. Sharut, it's your turn.
Didn't even let me get to answer.
I will expend use of my healer's kit to get a +2.
Okay, and you're just gonna make a heal check on him.
Yeah.
All right, make the healing check.
Come on, man. Let's do it together.
Travis, you sound like you're actively stuffing your mouth with muffins.
It was cheesecake, so I guess so.
You heal 9 points, I believe. Yes.
It's
9
it's
points.
it's 1 + 1 for every point over.
10 points.
Yeah, so it's 10. So you heal 10
You
points, Delian.
Jesus.
So you're back up at 9.
You just hear like Sharut like yelling at you, "Get up! Get up! Get up!"
Ah,
He just like slams some like herbs into your mouth as you're like getting that like chew, fight.
Is that morphine? It better be. Zeract, it is your turn.
I can't have that. I'm allergic to
Alrighty.
rosemary.
More of the same.
Okay, take the shot. That'll miss.
Yeah, it still misses. Okay, cool.
Oh, because of the weasel. Gotcha.
One of these days, next turn the weasel might just go after his horse.
So there's a chance here. Which one is this? Highwayman 2? A ray of super cold frost launches into his face, and he sort of slumps in his seat in front of Dandrin. And the last highwayman, well, he's going to realize things are bad. However, he's leaving. Ringer, you do get an attack of opportunity as he wheels and just bolts away. This is
What I
not.
can use
This is
for an
not.
attack of opportunity.
Can you use a counterpunch? God damn it!
Sure can.
I was trying. I was even trying to specify this is not a counterpunch because he's leaving.
That's so stupid.
Oh my god.
Guess who's using his 2 tension?
Go.
Hey, so what does a counterpunch actually counter? Anything he does actually.
It's like,
Literally anything. Does he look sideways at something? Counterpunch.
yeah,
That'll.
exactly. Killed by 2 to go. Oh my god.
What the fuck? 1D 199. Ringer, the 17 will hit.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Dude.
I feel like that punch like
he's-
flings him out of his saddle.
Yeah, he floats into a tree. At a bit more speed than the other ones.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
3 miles away.
that
a bird
dude.
shits in the woods.
Yes, this dude actually gets unhorsed. He goes like, he pulls on the reins and he goes, "Sha!" And Ringer just goes, "No!" and just like hits him, and he goes sailing out of his saddle, and the horse just like, wop, 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 like just, the horse runs faster now because it doesn't have the added weight of the floating man.
Mike, somewhat serious question. Did you just make One Punch Man?
Oh. That took way more than 1 punch.
I had to punch that dude twice.
Trained for a year and a half before
Also, I hit him with a pen.
Okay, so I think that's a good place to go ahead and take our break. So let's take the break real quick and come back in say 10 minutes. And you guys can get back on the road and do all the things. And in the meantime,
Everyone come back at 10:35 Colorado time.
10:35 Colorado time.
So 10 or 9:35.
No,
Everybody come
you
back at
heard him.
12:25 Florida time.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can wait around.
What he's saying is go to Florida.
Don't go to Florida.
No.
All right,
I
break
refuse.
time, nerds.
Yeah.
Eric, I wanted you to leave this air dead. You hear me?
Don't you know what a
No.
break is?
I'll break you.
No,
Okay, bro.
you probably would.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, you hum.
And
We
then
also-
I fucking.
Travis, how,
No,
is it-
you must show respect.
I
Bad
love
time
that
to
you
sing about a food
conveniently
depot.
always leave that part out, but he said that.
Oh, he 100% said it.
Like, how dare you leave out one of the funniest bits of that?
And he said it about Hulk Hogan, which just makes it so much better.
Which is like, whoa. So for people who don't know, Iron Sheik was a heel back in the WWF. And you know, heels like to trash talk.
Mhm.
So the Iron Sheik decided in an interview, and I'm parceling this together, but he's like, I'll put him in the camel clutch, break his back, make him humble, and then I fuck his ass.
Mhm.
Which is
If you
just, it goes,
would you like me to-
whoa.
so basically he goes, Hulk Hogan, he showed no respect to the Iron Sheik. I put Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch, I break his back, I fuck his ass, make him humble. But for the
It's like, god damn.
yeah, it's just like
Mhm.
Sheiky.
How do we end this interview?
The interviewer's all sitting there like, I asked how you were doing tonight, Iron Sheik.
yeah.
Like that's the opening line.
I asked your
Iron-
favorite food.
Yeah, I was wondering what you got for lunch today. I got Brussels sprouts because I need to. I'm so lost.
So,
Let's dial it back, take a step back, and really look at what's going on here.
yeah, why don't we just take a step back, reevaluate, and maybe come back when we're of clear minds.
I feel like
The Wendy's.
Thanks, Mike. As always, I can always count on you.
for what though?
What was it? The beverage. I made a wine, and I was like, no one gave me a
It was a tea.
well, there was the tea. What was the tea? Yeah. Oh, the tea situation, which was by far my favorite. I was talking about this isn't ketchup.
I didn't name that one. That's someone else.
I came up with it, but you said feels like ketchup, which is worse. And so there was this dude in Traveler's Rest that got irate and was mad. He had ordered a cup of tea, and you see him drinking a cup of tea. And when he got pissed, over his head said, "This is watered down." And I was like, "You stupid motherfucker! You ordered tea." And so I go up to him and I hit him. I tell him to calm down, and he goes, "All right, I'll pipe down." Later, just like maybe 40 seconds goes by, and then over the same fucking dude's head goes, "This is a nice place." And then he gets up, goes to order more stuff, and he orders another cup of goddamn tea. And so Mike chimes in, and this is what really seals the deal. It goes, "This fucking water with dirt in it tastes like dirty water." And it's like, yeah, you dumb shit. Oh, Traveler's Rest continuously brings me such joy.
What is Traveler's Rest?
I've seen
Traveler's Rest is essentially you are a tavern owner and you build up a tavern. You get to make beer and wines and foods and stuff, but you can name everything. And so I've been naming all these breads, these foods, these wines, and these beers. And I made a tea with pear in it. And the first one was Tyler Perry. And then someone decided to chime in with Matty Perry. So we're just having fun with that. I made a wine, and no one gave me a a name for it. And so I was like, come on, brain, give me something. And I looked at the bottle, and so I typed in, "This isn't ketchup." And so people will buy shit that isn't ketchup. And Mike goes, "Feels like ketchup is a strong, powerful beer name." And the thoughts behind that is like, when you get a beer that says "feels like ketchup," it might not taste like ketchup, but it has the texture of ketchup, which sounds terrible.
Everyone around you is gonna be like, "Who the fuck are you ordering this beer?"
And shit like that that's what makes Traveler's Rest a lot of fun. It's in early access, so they're constantly updating, but god damn, there's some funny shit.
I mean, I really enjoyed naming that mango tea in there.
What was the mango tea? I forget.
Mangos, the hands of fruit.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. You know, I closed the tab, so I was like, yeah, what was it? Oh, yes, I forgot.
How could you forget?
Damn it.
Apparently, it's very easy. But yeah, it was mangoes, the hands of fruit. I was like, I feel like I know this from somewhere. And he was like, yeah, Magnus, the hands of fate. Oh, shit. Fuck me. So yeah, you gotta name your own fruit, beverages and foods and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's very retro looking. But, you know.
Of
But
course,
I think
where
that adds
mangoes, the hands of fruit with finger sandwiches.
Yeah, with finger sandwiches. These ain't fingers. Now with fingers. That's gonna be, if I make a sandwich, now with fingers. Oh, God, such chuckles in that.
What kind of fingers are we talking? I mean, we're talking fingers. Yeah, what kind? The fingers, the finger kind.
This is a bar. There's only one kind of finger.
It's like, but what kind of fingers? Why do you care?
Why do you want to know so much about the fingers?
I know. Why is this a sticking point with you? Sir, leave my bar.
It's a good game. I like it a lot.
And it's funny. They constantly complain, like, with the game, I've been making a ton of soups. Or no, I made stews because I know when I start talking about I don't like making soups, out of the fucking woodwork, Mike appears and goes, yeah, ever since the Campbell's incident, I can understand why you would do stews instead of soups. And so then have to tell people why Campbell's sucks ass. And okay, so I made a ton of stews and people are ordering stews. It shows them eating the food, but they have no utensils. So they're fucking, like, delinquent, scooping up hot soup. That's a lot of damage.
It's a D100. He's working with probability there,
Oh.
and it's still a lot.
He's seeing how many trees he hits on the way back down.
Well, I am now.
I'd do it.
Everyone's a weird.
Yeah, everyone is kind of a weird place now.
Sure.
Everyone
now,
is only as
now.
weird as you think.
Yeah, only now. When I found out that people float when they take damage, I decided Eberron was a weird place.
It's a place over there. Studio Ghibli is the animation.
Wait, does the Mornland mean everybody's still there? They're just really high up in the sky, and they haven't come down yet?
I think they can only go about 200 feet up.
Oh.
Yeah, they are.
That's horrific.
Yep.
That's canon now.
Where is?
Was that sarcasm? Counterpunch.
He doesn't.
Beach is a trigger for counter.
It's true. We haven't seen this
God,
enough.
this is
It's been so long that I forgot about the picture.
You wanna catch, because I said it. You wanna catch these hands?
this is what Ringer's icon could have been.
I mean, it still can be. This is up to you at this point.
I should just do it and every now and then just switch it out.
Yeah, every once in a while. When
Like, have enough hits, we should all have, like, similar things to Ringer, where it's like the lower health we are, the goofier we look.
well,
I mean,
was
realistically, that's me at full tension.
thinking,
God damn it.
Someone's about to get punched.
turn around, you say.
Oh boy.
I still had
You
them.
brought this on yourself.
I think that's what John Eric will use. He'll use the stupid pictures of us, so when he's pissed at us, he just swaps it over.
I am not that petty.
Bullshit.
You are?
You put dice in front of the dude of Mike's other character's face.
That's
Yeah, that was
true.
pretty good. I spent so long doing that too.
We're
Mike, is that-
describing a scene, and then it's just at the distance. Yeah.
And you guys were like, what is he doing? All right. So, sounds like we're all back. since we're all back, hey, what is everyone doing?
Sharut is gonna kind of yell at Dandarin as he makes his way over in this direction. Bring Zena here, and kind of like motion towards him as he's gonna go look at these two.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Oh,
Yeah, actually dragging the bodies over to the healer makes a ton of sense.
I'm gonna go
They're
sit
not
in the
dead.
cart.
They're people still.
Also, since Sharut's already over there, rather than heading over to do that, Zarakta is gonna step out of the wagon
I'll help you, Dendron.
and walk over to the downed bandits with her morning star
Mm-hmm.
and finish them.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
most of them like they were already pretty finished. So yeah.
Yeah, and then she's gonna call out to Lumio. Hey, Lumio, did you need a trial here? I'm just not sure what your standards are. And then commence to search the bodies.
Okay. So I'll get to your search here in a second. Sharut.
Direct is back to normal. I see.
They
Are people stable?
Zena is stable. The other two are bleeding out.
Okay. I'm going to help stabilize the other two.
Okay.
This immediate moment.
Go ahead and give me a pair of heal checks. And the next one. You do not manage to stabilize for Sidna on the first try.
Okay.
She is she took a pretty bad shot, like basically to the upper shoulder.
But bowing is stable at the moment.
Yeah,
so I'll
Bowing is
try and-
stabilized.
okay. I'll try and stabilize for.
Okay.
There.
Okay. So they're both stable now. It looks like Zena managed to stabilize herself by falling into a puddle of loose dirt, which helped with the clotting. So the three of them are ready for any ministrations that you might want to provide.
Is there any room in the back of the nice wagon?
Not much. There's room for at least one person, because that's where Exile has spent pretty much the last 5 days. But there's not enough room to we're gonna lay you down and do surgery.
And now that they're stabilized, are they still at the negatives they were at?
Yes, stabilizing just means that they stop bleeding to death.
Let me check my classification.
Sure thing. While you're checking that, Zarect.
Yeah.
Okay. So you find a series of things once you have gathered sort of all the bodies and sort of gone over them. Number one, and probably the biggest find here in terms of literal bigness, is the fact that there were 4 light horses there. Those 4 light horses all have their own saddle and tack and all that. One of the horses did manage to bolt away when Ringer obliterated its rider.
Yeah, that's.
On the 5 bodies, they each have a chain shirt and long swords. All of them but one also have daggers, so there's 4 daggers, 5 chain shirts, 5 long swords. They do have some coin purses, and then they have various things that they've gathered on their like carried on them or in their saddlebags, stuff like that. The notable ones that you find are going to be there is a cloak, sort of bluish with a mantle over it that's in sort of a darker black. There is a weird set of cords that looks like there are shoulder straps that help. That it's basically cords, but there's the same sort of shoulder straps that you would see on a backpack as part of the cords. One of them has a pretty nice looking shirt that only has a little bit of blood on it from where he was shot multiple times by Sharut. One of them has this is probably an item that Zarakt can identify, because I imagine that it's one that you just see all the time in the Eldine Reaches. Mm-hmm. It's an item called a Traveler's Any Tool. Basically, imagine it's a Leatherman.
Oh yeah,
it's a Leatherman. That's what it is. So one of them has a Leatherman. There are one of them, the one that didn't have a knife, and the one that was sort of at the front attacking Cordit and Sharut and Delian, has it sort of looks like a ring. Sorry, it's a ring of metal. It's not like a ring that you wear on your finger. It's a ring of metal that's looped through his belt, and it has 3 octagonal pillars on it that are each about 6 inches long and have various little notches and nicks in the pillars. One of them has a nice looking robe with it's weird. It's like a nice looking sort of like crimson and black robe that has a bunch of really shitty looking yellow patches sewn onto it. And that one is rolled up in the pack of the one that was attacking Cordet and Shroot. And it looks like that's about it. That's the majority of the stuff. The biggest things, ostensibly, being, of course, the horses, who are now just like, with their owners dead, are literally just kind of like sniffing at the grass and wandering around. Because at some point, the bodies fall off.
Zeract is going to take a couple of rounds of her shifting to talk with them.
Okay.
Just let them know that they're gonna attach their leads to these wagons, and it would be super nice if they could follow along. And they'll see about finding them somebody who can feed them and stable them, set them up as soon as possible.
From the four of them, you basically just get like, we're pretty hungry. We're really hungry. Just hungry too. And you're like, we're gonna attach you to the wagon. They're like, hungry now.
If you want to graze, that's also fine.
Okay.
We'll and so she'll lead them around and graze them for a little bit.
Sure, that works. Sharut, did you find out all your stuff to do your healings?
Yeah. I was trying to decide if I wanted or how many charges.
I don't need to know how the lasagna is made. I need to know what the results of the lasagna are. Is it edible?
So yes. Anyway, we are going to do a heal check on bowing with +2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Fuck.
Did you just do damage to her?
No, it just fails.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'll do it again and be out of charge. Can you do, right?
All right.
There we go. She's up.
Oh yeah, she's fine now. She lands. She's not back up in the air or nothing.
Then Sharut is going to take 15 minutes to prepare a salve.
Okay.
She does automatically, and he applies said salve.
Okay, so while you're doing that, is anyone else doing anything of note?
I'll see if I can figure anything out about the items. So the strange items.
Can you identify all items?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'll only be able to craft certain ones with my class features unless I also then take feats later.
But you can identify them without magic?
Yes, I can just identify items.
Okay. How do you do that? Do you have to roll, or do you just identify them?
I have to. I can make an appraisal check.
Okay.
With I think, DC 20.
Okay. So make me an appraisal check on the cloak. The cloak is a cloak of resistance +1.
All right. So the cloak of resistance +1, and the next
make one.
item...
I have the list. You don't need to write them down.
I've already written everything down, so as you come across it, I'm just adding stuff.
Sure. The make one for the cords. Look at you making a praise into a useful skill. Dude, double 20.
You can roll so well outside of combat.
Jesus.
My brother was the murder hobo.
Gruddock brought the pain. I just cleaned up. The cords are muleback cords. Muleback cords specifically let you carry something as if your strength was 8 higher.
Jesus.
Apparently, they plan to kill all of you and take everything in the wagons.
And how many of those do we have?
It's just the one set.
Let's give them to Sharut.
Okay.
He needs them.
Let me carry all of the things, and then I'll drink my
Like,
potion of
if-
enhanced strength.
Yeah, like if you look at how they work, it's like it lets you carry it as it. Well, it's specifically it lets you carry it as if your strength was 8 higher. So I don't know if it would actually work for Sharut at all.
It would not.
Because Sharut uses his intelligence instead of strength. But yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
But you can attach it to a horse, and that horse can basically lug around a building.
Yeah, correct.
So, give me one for the shirt.
All right.
You can't identify the shirt. Give me one. Oh, well, the Traveler's Any tool, Zeract just knows what it is. Zeract has seen these before. What a Traveler's Any tool does is it works like a masterwork set of tools for most crafting skills that don't involve, like, you need a whole lab, like alchemy. So for, like, if you read it, it's, like, essentially anything that's crafting or profession-based that's focused on crafting. So, like, blacksmithing, it would work for that. But the, or, like, crafting bowyer, or something like that, but it wouldn't give you a bonus to like profession lawyer.
Yeah. Like profession chef. Yes.
Yeah. Give me a roll on the 3 octagonal pillars.
Okay. Ernie's Leatherman? Oh, nope.
Nope. Give me a roll on the robe. You identify this robe as a robe of useful items. This is a strange configuration for a robe of useful items. The patches that are left on it are 2 daggers, 2 mirrors, 2 poles, 2 ropes, 4 ladders, 2 pits, a scroll, which you are able to identify as a scroll of glitter dust, a potion of cure moderate, and a pair of war dogs. The pair of war dogs is a single patch. For those who do not know how this works, a robe of useful items is a robe that's covered in these patches, and when you pull out the patch, you get that thing. So, like, if you need a ladder, you pull it off, and you have a ladder now.
Yeah, it's super useful.
This one rolled real weird. It rolled ladders 4 times.
Seems legit.
So, yeah.
Right.
So that's what you found.
All right, and I can try again on the failed items tomorrow, but I won't be able to make another check on them today, correct?
No, like you, once
Someone
you,
else just has to do it.
yeah, you'll need somebody with detect magic and spellcraft, or somebody that has like the identify spell or some other way to identify items. For the purposes of that, I don't believe Delian can do it, but I do believe that Ashlis might be able to. Because sorry, not Delian. I don't believe Lumio can do it, but Ashlis might be able to because Lumio does not have the divination sphere.
I will go ask Ashlis. Ashlis, a moment of your time, please.
What? Sorry, still catching my breath from the fight.
Yes, you did very well. I noticed you're some kind of wizard or sorceress of some kind, yes?
I've trained in wizardry a bit.
Would you happen to have trained any kind of divination? I'm looking through these items. I was able to identify a few of them myself, but these ones in particular, this ring with octagonal pillars and this shirt, I'm flummoxed. I'm not quite sure.
I only know the basics of divination. Most of my magic is more impactful, but I can take a look at it. And you see her weave her hands a little bit, and her eyes glow, and then she will take a look at the items. So the first thing that she tells you is she goes, the ring with the things hanging from it, that's not magical. The shirt is. Let me look at it. And it's I've heard of these. I use them sometimes to get quickly into fight position. The Carnathies do. It's a quick runner's shirt.
Thank you. Well, if this ring with these... you know what? I bet I know what these are. These are keys. He says, holding up the octagonal notched pillars.
Might do. It'd be a weird key. Keys usually have protrusion, not indentations, but might do.
Yes, but you see, a key like this would be very unique. You'd have to have a special kind. It'd be difficult to pick. It also makes sense why they're all on the ring, and if it's not magical, then there's not much else it could be. Could be wrong, but my gut tells me these are keys.
Huh. My gut usually doesn't talk.
Well, you're not a dwarf, so that's understandable.
So that you know what a quick runner shirt is, it enables you to take a move action as a swift action once a day.
Okay, cool.
So, like, it's something where if you're like, I want to make a full attack against this dude, you can, like, take a move action as a swift action, then take a move action, or then, like, take a full round. Or if you want to, I'm going to take a move, and then a move, and then a move. So once a day, it lets you, like, get a little burst of speed.
So yeah, I'll gather, once everyone's been kind of healed up and we pilfered the stuff.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, like, about how long this takes?
Doing the healing stuff that you're doing?
No, just how long everybody is searching.
I mean, searching over the bodies and then grazing the horses and stuff, at least half an hour.
Okay, that means, so Forsidna has healed 5.
Okay.
If she's not up after that,
That will...
Another.
Nope, that'll bring her up.
Okay. At that point, Sharut will try and heal Zinna.
Okay.
And then he's probably going to chill in the wagon and make salve so everybody will up.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely looked like Zinna was a little worse off than the other two. she took like a quartet of pretty big hits. One sec. Oh, it stopped. Never mind. She took a quartet of pretty big hits, but once you give her the little bit, she sort of sits up and like uses the dirty back of her hand to wipe some spit off of her face, which basically just replaces the spit with a bunch of dirt. And then she looks at you and she grins, and like when she smiles, those big half-orc tusks are like even more prominent. And she goes, "Did we win?"
If mean bandits killed, yes.
Oh, good.
Suggest
Good.
sit in wagon.
Uh-huh.
You have very large.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she just kind of like lays back down on the ground and just looks up at the sky, and she's like, we won. Well, that's good. So I imagine that you guys spend about an hour or so getting yourselves back together.
I can do one more thou.
Eventually,
This one.
Zena will sort of climb into the wagon next to Dillian, and they're both just she's there looking at you, Dillian. She's like, man, I honestly thought that one was the end.
It was for me for a time.
Me too. Going down in front of 2 riders. Ugh. I'm just glad they didn't step on me.
First thought, he hit me with a sword, so I guess I got that. I thought I was going to be trampled.
I'd rather be sworded than trampled any day.
I'd rather not be hurt at all, honest.
Ah, come on. Where's the fun in that?
The fact that I keep living. I like that. I like that a lot.
You can live and live hurt.
You're very strange.
I mean, she's technically not wrong.
Man, your hearing's amazing.
Well, you're not trying to keep it a secret.
Well, no, they're in the back of the wagon.
Yeah, they're in the back of the wagon, which is facing the front of my wagon.
That's true.
Does that mean you're shouting?
Well, it's kind of like we're not that far apart.
Yeah.
We're also
so
not
Ray-
moving at the
She's
moment.
like, I want to be included.
Exactly.
With people I haven't had scenes before.
So, yeah, she's good to just sort of like sit there leaned up against the wagon until like things start to move again. But when they start to move, she'll climb out and go walk alongside it like she's supposed to. Actually, there's a point, Dillian, where you see her like sitting there and she's relaxing and she's just kind of like, taking in the fact that she managed to live, and then her eyes shoot open and she looks kind of panicked and she goes, oh crap, and she just leaps out of the back of the wagon and starts running over to where she went down.
Apparently she really needs to poop.
And so like everybody else who's nearby sees her like do this tumbling sprawl out of the wagon, and then doing one of those things where like, when someone's trying to run but they're also trying to prevent themselves from falling. So they keep kind of like tapping the ground with their hands as they're going. And she does.
Is the side of the wagon canvas?
The side of the nice.
Or is there a way for me to look through without having to cut it with my knife?
The nice wagon is actually like a box wagon. So like it has a little window on each side that you can see through, but it's like a small little window. It's like 8 inch by 8 inch kind of thing. So you can see what she's doing.
So I can see. Cool.
And she goes over there, and then she's like looking around at the at the run over ground from it's all churned from the horse hooves, and you see her grab her big ass axe, and she picks it up, and then she just kind of like breathes that sigh of relief of like, oh god, I didn't leave it. And then she comes back and will climb back in the back of the wagon again.
Luckily, it wasn't something smaller.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about using the big weapons. You can always find them afterwards, unless you leave them behind because you got knocked unconscious and the wagon decided to keep going.
That feels really like prevalent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't get to draw my weapon, so I'm pretty. Yeah, they're still here.
I'm glad you're not bitter, Travis. I didn't even get to draw them, so I don't have those same problems.
I wish I had these, but I guess I don't.
You petty bitch. Real quick for my other game, if you take too much damage and you want to live, you have to spend a fate point to live. And I had somebody come out of hiding and just hit our mage really hard, and it was like 40 something damage. And this is a game where like, if you take 20 damage, you probably died. And there was just silence, and then he goes, well, I guess I spend a fate point. And it was like, I mean, yeah, I guess you do. Like,
Bitterness.
well,
Wonderful.
yeah. So, okay. Zarak has fed horses and sort of gathered stuff. Sharut has healed people and is currently like just tinkering around in the back of the wagon making more stuff while Zarak's, feeding horses and probably being watched by Coralie the whole time she's walking around. Just the whole time. Just the whole time. Coralie is like never outside of a 10-foot radius.
At that point, she's just like, "Come on, you can help. This is fine."
No, and she'll say, "With all due respect, ma'am, that is not in my duties."
Yeah, Zarak will shrug at that. She's like, "Nah, I mean that's legit. That's actually true."
So, Sharut, you're able to make your additional salves, and then everybody is ready to be on the road again.
So as each time Sharut finishes a salve, he's gonna like signal somebody over that got hurt and just apply it.
Okay.
Because I can use this up to 5 heal a particular creature's ability. Yeah, I can use this 5 times a day.
Okay.
On a single target, or like for as many single targets.
So how about you roll the damage that you heal, and we'll see how many times you had to apply it. Okay, so Forsidna is fully healed. One more time.
Okay. Is Dillian all good?
Yeah, let me just do a quick gander, but I'm like basically just, if anything else, down hit points. Yeah, I'm just down 3.
Okay, so Dillian can be healed back up to full, and then do you want to heal Zena as well?
Yes, I do.
Sounds good. All right. Cool. She still has like small cuts, but she's like, I'm fine. This will all buff out.
And with that, like Sharut is gonna be like, we want to talk to
yeah, I think he's up the road a ways. Just watching out, seeing what's going on.
Good scout. For now, Sharut must additional salves. Yes.
Cool. So, like I said, after about an hour or so, the wagon gets going again. And you guys continue to move. This happened pretty early. You were only maybe half an hour. Sorry, what?
Oh, just before we go, just want to make sure for divvying up the horses, I think 2 should go to our wagon and 2 should go to the knight's wagon.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you guys.
They deserve horses.
No, like giving them loot is fine. I'm talking about like connecting them to the wagon. You don't necessarily have the stuff to add them to it.
You just tie them at the back, and they're basically you just exchange horses throughout the day.
Yeah.
So when we stop for lunch, we swap horses.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and when Amandu goes, "Oh, I don't mean to. Not that the gift isn't. Well, you see," and then Cordic goes,
Wow.
"I'll take him. If he doesn't want him, I'll take him. Never turn down a good horse."
They're yours.
And he looks at Ashlis and he goes, "Unless you object." And Ashlis goes, "Oh, don't ride horses. I don't like the way they smell. They smell terrible." And he'll sort of like peer in and look at Zena and Dillian and say, "We're divvying up the horses. Do either of you want one?"
I can barely. No, too tall.
And Zena goes, "To ride or to eat?" And he goes, "Well, to own." And she goes, "Oh,
Like
can't own food."
When Dillian will slowly slowly turn his head towards her, just being like, "The fuck."
And she says, "No, can't own food." And he goes, "Okay, then I'll take the both of them, I guess."
Save horses.
And he goes, I know. I'll just attach them to the back of the wagon." So yeah, you guys get back on the road, and again, this happened early. You were half an hour outside of the northern sort of, not gate, because Exile doesn't have gates, but out like half an hour north outside of Exile. So you're probably a little bit behind. So when you take lunch, you're taking it a bit late. It would be, like 2, maybe 3 in the afternoon. And yeah, everybody is able to sort of sit around and eat a little bit, go over the things if you want to. But for the most part, you're seeing a pretty clear road between between where you stopped for lunch and where the fight happened.
Yeah, I think we just kind of.
So at that point, Zarak will definitely kind of powwow with Shrewd over the items themselves. The horses are like the money pouch will get split again, typically 7 ways, so that we have 7 ways of the funds that we keep not going to the people who are in the other wagon, whatever share they claim.
Yeah.
But the magic items, I feel like have a like we've got the ability to. Well, I guess Ashless did help identify those.
If you discuss
They
it with
also helped fight.
if you discuss it with the group, the only thing that Cordit wants would be the any tool. Zena doesn't want anything because she tells you like, well, no, I went down. I don't get anything. And when you like, if anybody argues, she just repeats it. Like, I went down. I don't get anything. I didn't help win. Imandu looks shaken the entire ride, from when you guys like pack up to when you're setting up camp. He doesn't really move out of the seat of the wagon. He's just sitting in the chair in front the whole time, like just holding a hand to his head, sort of like rubbing his eyebrow.
Lumio would talk to him.
Okay, and if you offer them to Ashless, she will tell you that the only thing she wants is the scroll of glitter dust. So she doesn't want the whole robe. She wants the scroll in particular because she goes, I could put that in my book. If you want, I could put that in my book, and when I get strong enough to cast it, I could make you a copy and have it sent to you. But
That
for
sounds
now,
reasonable to me.
for now, I would just be putting it in my book.
I have no objection to that.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Zarak is actually going to try and make a case for picking up the muleback cords. Those are prime shifter goods. They are useful. They are consistent, kind of regardless of where you go, and
Yeah.
like they're just sensible things.
Delian, was there anything of note that you would want from that loot list?
Lumio's interested in the cloak over his butt.
My saves are bad. I'm not hearing anything from Travis. So,
He's dead.
Sorry, no, I
just
just
got back.
came back.
oh, sorry, I didn't see that you had left.
Yeah, I BRB.
It like just came through for me, so I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was very strange. It looked like it was delayed or something.
so, yeah, they're asking basically, are you wanting any of the items necessarily, like the magical items that were listed?
What's left?
Quick runner shirt. Robe, many things. Strange.
Like, all those sound nice, but I'll take the quick runner shirt, I guess.
Churut actually runner shirt. That
No,
okay.
yeah, that's fine. I'll take the rogue of many things. Is anybody else want that? Should I just keep my mouth shut?
Well, no, you know what? I'll take the cords. You can have the robe, I suppose. You might be able to get them with it.
I was looking at the cords.
Ah, were you?
Yeah, it's I'm not the strongest, and as a traveler, these are just invaluable.
I agreed. That's why I was going to give them to whatever animal was pulling the cart.
That's not a bad thought. Not at all. Should we no longer need a cart, do you mind if I take them back?
I suppose. But we'll
think-
cross that bridge when we...
Yeah, then I think that makes sense.
There's a bridge here.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Fresh
Here last
construction.
time we got the cart.
Okay, so you're putting the muleback cords on
On the mule.
the mule. Okay. Lumio's getting the cloak of resistance +1. All right. The quick runner shirt is going to Sharut.
I have to get that
So
tailored, right?
No, it'll just hang down real badly. You'll look like a child wearing an adult shirt.
Yeah, that.
I'll tuck it into my belt.
Sure. I'm gonna tuck this shirt into my socks like an adult. The traveler's any tool. Who's taking that?
Cord it. Chirrut will, because he asked for it. Chirrut will go out of his way to like hand it to Cord it,
Okay.
and he'll say, "Thanks for pulling from danger."
Well, of course. We're on the same side. You went down next to me. That's what you do.
Still, very much appreciated.
Yeah. Sure. So he'll take that, and then the robe of useful items is going to Delian. All right.
Yes.
So yeah, with the robe is not necessarily something you have to wear. It can just be something you carry that you can pull patches off of.
Cool.
And so yeah, like if you and the group are like, hey, we're gonna sneak in somewhere, we need I will say for sneaking, the most useful one on here is door.
Is door?
It puts a door on something. Like
Dude.
if you walk up to a wall and you go door, you pull the patch off and you throw it on there and you made a door.
That's nice.
But all of the patches are one-use items. So
Yeah,
as
that's
soon
what
as
I kinda
you're
figured.
out of the patches, you're done.
It's just a cloak at that point.
Yeah, at that point it's I mean a pretty nice looking red robe.
That's cool though.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, Lumio, you said you wanted to speak with Amandu?
Yeah.
All right.
So, you don't appear well, friend.
I don't what? What do you mean? I don't beer well?
You don't appear well.
I usually just get away. I tend not to fight. Fighting isn't really my strong suit. I just run. But the scouts were in the road. I wouldn't be able to make it past them.
And Mandu, and I know this doesn't ease the thought, if you had not acted, it's very likely you would be dead now.
Oh, well, you're very right.
Correct.
That does not ease the thought. I've never liked trading one life for another.
Indeed, usually there's another option on the for us in these moments, but when anger or in some cases determination clouds our judgment, well, you see the result.
Yes, I've been told before that I need to be a bit more direct, but I figure I've been told this before, but I've always managed to stride away from that. And
it is an uncomfortable thing to take up arms against another. Should never become an easy. But continue.
They told me that at the seminary too, that you won't be able to run away from it forever, Amandu. You'll never be able to get away from it forever, Amandu. Sometime it'll catch up to you, Amandu.
Did they say it mockingly and applying your name to the end of it?
Usually when you are being talked down to by a head priest, head priests tend to talk down to everyone, really. They're wise, they're personable, but they're easily irritated. Yes. So yes, they did. Always saying my name at the end.
Didn't sound so wise. But, he lived in a seminary, far from the open road, like you have to.
Well, that's the odd thing about a seminary of Kokorin. It's how can one worship an aspect of travel in a building that you live in forever? If we're being honest here, if we speak to facts, I feel like I'm the one doing the holy work. I'm the one on the road. And
it seems you have a closer ability to interpret he did.
Well, I guess what's the saying? There was a maxim for this. I'd heard it once. Those who can do. I imagine.
Also heard a maxim. Those scholars in ivory towers. Get the rest of it.
Ivory towers sounds Zondarian. So probably not worth repeating. Probably.
It's an antique expression, mostly forgotten.
He went down so fast.
He had help, not all of it from you.
I know. It's just watching him fall and knowing I caused it.
Have you not encountered a closer call than this in all your travels in many years?
Oh, like I said, I usually just, snap the reins. And these two, and he kind of like points to the big horses that he has in the front. These two can, well, I've seen them knock down an ogre, and well, that ogre got back up. Usually I have a guard or two that will delay things, and then grab onto a wagon and we go. Your friends are something different. Your group is something else. Who just stands to fight bandits?
There are many travelers on the road, I assure you, and we are one type. You are another. Feel free to remain that type for as long as you choose.
I think I will. This was nightmarish.
As it is when there are certain benefits and certain drawbacks path, I feel.
Yes. Drawbacks, benefits. They cost us time, That's
Indeed.
the big thing. We're delayed now. I hope we can still make it to the open gate.
True way of the road, Amandu. Focusing on the goal, not what lies.
Yes.
And Lumio kind of.
Yes. And you hear him as you're walking away, and he's just focus on the goal. Focus on the goal, Amandu. So as you guys are wrapping up your lunch, you see a trio of riders coming your way. They are unlike the people that you fought early this morning. These people are like properly armed, properly armored. It's not like they're spotless, but they are almost uniform. And a thing that you would notice about them is that their horses, unlike the ones that you saw this morning, look very impressive. They look like the perfect specimens of horse. So for anybody that actually has like any animal handling or any sort of, time spent with animals, like even Dandarin, who like spends a little bit of time with his donkeys, can look at these horses and go like, oh my God, like these are peak horse. And you see the three of them, riding up, and they will stop about 20 or so feet away from your group, and one of them will raise up his hand and he will go, "Hail the caravan."
Shall I?
Oh, well, yeah.
You may as well.
Hail.
Are you the group we heard about coming north from New Seer?
We are a group headed north. I don't know that you had heard of us.
Well, someone sent word ahead.
What is it that you seek? We may be of assistance, or we may be able to direct you to those you do seek.
Well, what we got told was that your group was supposed to get some sort of escort.
Oh, well, is there anyone that you should refer to when you arrived to know that we, or you were sent legitimately and not to waylay us? Sigil, a mark, a crest?
You see the one like look to the other two, and they just kind of like one of them hangs his head, and he's kind of like, you see his chest kind of bouncing. Dude is clearly quietly laughing, and the other one, the lead one that you're talking to, steps forward, and he goes, "Would a sigil of a transportation guild be enough? Because if it ain't, I suppose you just don't have an escort."
If that sigil is something you bear, then I would be happily accepted.
All right, I'll unhorse and come show you. Come here. And he gets off his horse and he starts walking towards you. And he's sort of reaching behind him into a belt pouch, pulling out a sort of pentagonal something.
Keep it. Yeah, I'll go over there and it's meeting kind of halfway between the two of us.
Sounds good. So yeah, he gets up to you, and he basically holds over a like identifying papers for you to examine. And the papers identify him as a man named Tars Deorian. And underneath it says like basic information about him. So it's like Starilaskur, or it's like sort of where he lives. So it says like Starilaskur, Brayland, Corvair. It gives his birth date, and it gives notable, like basically like internationally known titles for him. And one of his says Warden, Transportations Guild.
Oh, and just for the player, my information. Yeah. What's between him and the guys Zaractus?
So, so that you know, House Dineth, House Dineth is they have the mark of crap. I just missed it. I think it's the mark of shielding. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. One sec. I will have to open a thing. House Dineth and
Mark of the Sentinel.
There we go. Mark of the Sentinel. So the thing about House Dineth is that they are the only house that's like technically allowed to have a standing army, because their whole mark is about being better in a fight. It's about like, like one of their marks lets them do like shield other and take damage for somebody. Their marks let them like put up like little force field type things so that they can like have their allies hide behind it. They tend to work as like bodyguards is a very prevalent thing. They also work as like bounty hunters and sentinel marshals, sentinel marshals are basically like cops with jurisdiction everywhere. House Orion has the Mark of Passage. They run the guilds that are focused around moving things places on land. So the Mark of Passage, the notable things that it lets you do are either speed up or teleport a short distance. But they also run the lightning rail. They are technically in charge of all of the roads, so like road wardens, like this guy. They don't run shipping lanes or like sky ships or anything like that. Those are part of a different house. But these guys run ground transportation. So the difference between these two is that the two groups. The trio that Zarak hired are a trio of basically low-level bodyguards. The trio that you're talking to are they're road wardens. They are sent to protect the roads. That's what they do. They basically will pick a couple of spots and like ride back and forth and protect the roads.
Makes sense. And I figure I'm about to ask him this, but if he said that they were sent via or to do an escort for us, there's probably somebody putting some money down somewhere. That's probably like the dwarf clan or Orin, right? Or Grev?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't give you a copy of his orders. He just gave you a copy of his personal identification papers.
Yeah, and Orin, he's a D. So yeah, I dropped the kind of waywardness to make sure that I'm not getting ambushed in my speech and just ask him. I understand. Thank you for identifying yourself and also for carrying such proper identification.
Everyone
May
should
I
have
ask
proper
who-
identification. Do you not have proper identification?
I don't believe that I do.
Well,
I
friend,
should've-
you're going to need to get set up with papers once you get to Starilaskur.
Indeed,
There's-
that sounds more official. We'll need to see to the gnomes. The House Scribus or
Civis.
Civis, yeah.
Yeah. And then do you have a name or someone who sent you that I could reference? I would like to know who to be indebted to for sending such fine accompaniment.
Yeah. Let me get my orders out. And he takes out a scroll.
Stabs me. Yeah.
He- Wait, what?
I said,
Wow.
he stabs me, and I'm like, knew it.
He knows too
Should've
much.
trusted him.
He knows your name. It's too much.
Yep. But yeah, he pulls out a scroll.
And he says, looks as if it came from looks like the one that sent it was named Carrick Takundarak, actually.
I see.
Some sort
These
of
gentlemen,
friend of the
I
family
turned
thing.
And announced to the wagon, have been sent to via Carrick Kundarak to escort us to. I turn and make sure Starilaskur.
Correct.
And I said it right that time. Yes, they'll be accompanying us further. We were actually just making ready to take off from midday meal, so you have arrived at an opportune time. Unless you would like to rest for a moment.
We're good. These horses don't tire much.
Lumio gives them a once-over, a very slow, deliberate once-over, and goes, "Dope."
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if Lumio knows what a mage-bred horse is, but these are those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lumio, no. Yeah, he do.
Okay.
How dare you call me a dope and not have papers? Die!
Are you carrying contraband?
Well, it should be.
What's this statue made out of, my brother?
Well, you've done me a sad, and I don't like that much.
Well,
I'm riding to the front now.
Oh, this one's right sad, he is. Okay. So, so you guys mount back up, and you get escorted the rest of the way to Starilaskur. So I will, make sure that I grab all your minis so that when I put you on the Starilaskur map, you're not blind.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Direct will sleep the rest of the way.
Just because it's 10:37. How much later?
Not too much.
Okay. I want to make sure we're not getting in the middle of.
No. I'm not
I don't
gonna be
know,
like,
someone-
haha, and then a fight.
Yeah.
So, Doot and everybody there.
Everybody.
So, you guys come in to Starilaskur. I would like to note, for the purposes of this, number one, this is not an official map of Starilaskur. This is the closest I could find to what I pictured. And I think it works pretty good, as it has.
Changed map yet, John Eric.
Oh, damn it. There we go. Now I'll change map.
Oh,
Hey.
and it loaded immediately because I can't see.
That's also true.
So this is not an official map of Starilaskur. This is the closest I could find to what was pictured. There is no official map of
Oh,
It was
Starilaskur.
the one that you posted in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but also I can only see a small Lumio.
I can't even see that.
But you
see a
can go to
small
the stream
Zorak
and it'll
token?
show it.
No, I can't see anything.
Dude.
Oh,
Hey,
There we
that's
go.
so big.
Um,
Enormous.
So I will note for this, please understand that this river on this map does not exist. This river is replaced by more lightning rail.
that makes sense.
So you
Wow.
have a lightning
Industry strong.
you have a lightning rail that comes up to this sort of like central station up here, and then you have a lightning rail that goes all the way through the city. And then you have the skyport for the airships. This is a map of the city of Damas from the campaign setting of Rune, which is pretty dope if you like Pathfinder settings that are very like sort of Nordic. It's pretty neat. Anyway, these three gentlemen, along with everyone else, you all get to town, and what you see them do is there's a point when they will. You guys are coming up on this south road, and as you get closer to Starilaskur, it seems like there's other people that come up from the south, and some of them are apparently like walking on sort of like back roads or walking through fields and stuff like that. But as you get closer to the city, it seems like most people tend to like get back on the roads because it's a walled city, and the main way in is going to be, going through the gates. There's one big gate to the south that's right here, and that seems to be the one that they are taking you to. And so, yeah, they start moving you that way. There's a point when everybody has to move over a little bit to the right. One of the guys you see him cock his head and look up, and he goes, "Hey, was really going to need everybody to move over to the right now." And as you guys move to the right, you see the stones. There's these triangular sort of like pyramidal stones laid on the ground, and you see the stones start arcing lightning between them, and then you see the lightning rail just whoosh, like past you and into the city.
Lumio beat feet very quickly.
And as soon as it's past, a lot of people like get back on the road and start heading in. When you get to the gate, you see that there is a very, very long line of people that need to get into this place. And what happens is one of the guys sort of leads you to one of the other lines, and you see somebody who's wearing the house. He's basically wearing like a stevedore's clothing, basically, or what am I thinking here? He's got the doublet, but he's got the little symbol of House Orion sort of on his lapel, and your escort starts walking up, and you guys can overhear him going, "These guys are with me. Already been certified, already been paid for. Passage into and out of the city is already paid." And you see the guy who's standing at the gate go, "Oh, really? Let me see those orders then." And he shows him a document with the appropriate orders, and he goes, "Oh, all right. We're still going to have to check the wagons." And he goes, "You can check the one." And he goes, "The one with the dwarf, that one's already done." And so they send a trio of people to start checking over Amandu's wagon, like searching through the back. And they go like, "Hey, it's just customs. This is how this works." And Amandu's like, "Yes, of course. I've been to Starilaskur many times. I of course know this. So go ahead and check whatever you need to." And he still doesn't really move out of the seat. And they go in the back. Delian, somebody opens the door to look into the back of the wagon that you're in, and they go, "I think this one's trying to smuggle in a gnome or something."
Well, that's just hurtful. I'm not. If I was being smuggled, I would be hiding.
"Oh, sorry. They got a clever gnome, but he's not being smuggled. You got papers, kid?"
Yeah, I do, and I.
Okay. And he'll look him over and go like, Dalian Devesh Damandi?
Yeah,
Man,
fun name, huh?
those Zill names are something else.
Yeah, they're the best.
And you see him start giving the wagon a very rough search. It's sort of like he's moving stuff around. He's like, it's not that he's doing the like cop shaking down a bedroom sort of search. He's not just tearing it apart. But he's not being nice about everything. And
Cool. So he's a UPS.
nice. And then eventually he gets out of the wagon and he's carrying a small chest. And he steps up to Imandu and he goes, "Unlock it." And Imandu says, "What? That's not even mine. I don't have any small chests." And you see Ashless next to him go, "That one's mine, and it won't be unlocked, so you can put it back." And they go, "What? You're not gonna unlock it? We're customs." And she goes, "Yeah, I know. You're customs. You have to search all the cargo. That is not cargo. It is professional and personal belongings, which I use in my practice of very dangerous wizardry. So it would probably be best for everyone if it wasn't opened, and then you put it back." And the guy's like, was that a threat? Huh? Amandu? Is that how we're doing this? You got a co-driver who's threatening me now? And Amandu looks at him and goes, I've killed a man today.
Oh, cool.
Well, this is going to go well.
And I would like that number to stay at 1. Can we go? I would like it if we could go. And the Orion guys seem
Unsettled?
Unsettled. And they just go, "Well, you still have to, you still got to pay your tariff." And he goes, "Sure." And he grabs a small purse and just throws it to them. And he says, that's what you'll split it amongst yourselves. We all know none of it goes to the city. Let's go. And as they're trying to like stop him, he's just like moseying on. And so they catch up with you. When you're only like 20 feet away, it doesn't take very long. Delian, you're the one that's probably saw that whole interaction. And so now I think this is probably where we'll stop. I'll put Cordit at where you guys are. You are basically on this road right here. And next week, you guys will be able to experience all the fun that is the incredibly corrupt city of Starilaskur.
Whoa!
Yay!
My favorite.
Hooray.
I can't wait to do the main quest so we can start side questing.
Yeah.
Next time on
What's
Pathfinder
that? You need us to
Kingmaker.
kill the rats in your basement? Got it.
It's
Quickly to the local tavern.
my God.
Let us begin.
It's a god rat. All right. So, I think that's going to be it. We're going to stop for the night now that we have reached the city. And I do want to thank everybody for watching. We're going to do our sort of after-game rituals, which are the good, bad, and ugly. But then I'll probably be on again in about an hour and a half to play some Kingmaker. So if you want to watch that, I'll still be around. So goodbye to everyone, and thanks again. Bye.
Bye.